ladies and gentlemen. The date today is Monday, March the 29th, 2021, 7:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My name's Dave McRae, coming to you live from the VoiceMann Studios in Toronto, Canada. He's Tony Michael in Atlanta, Georgia. This is episode 105 of Two Dudes and Some Bullshit, and tonight we are watching the 1962 movie King Kong vs. Godzilla. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live! We are live, folks. This is our last one before the lead up to the big show, Godzilla vs. Kong. I am fortunate enough that I will be able to see it tomorrow afternoon.
I've already seen it.
You've already seen it. We got ourselves a screener. I'll be seeing it. Yeah. Big shout out to, well, I don't know if he wants his name. Anyway, you know who you are. Thank you very much for supplying the screener. Well, I'll be watching it tomorrow afternoon, actually. Tomorrow afternoon, I'll be watching it. So, looking forward to seeing it. And but Tony has seen it already. Nonetheless, we're watching the original, the original King Kong versus Godzilla, 1962, as Tony likes to say, the greatest cosplay movie of all time.
Greatest cosplay movie ever. Hey, look, for 1962, I think they did, a great job, even though it clearly is two dudes in a monkey suit and a dinosaur costume. But hey, I mean, even when we were kids, though, watching this growing up, I mean, this thing was epic.
Damn, I forgot to bring the VHS. I forgot to bust out the VHS.
Out over there in the living room, whatever. But I mean, again, when we were kids watching this, dude, it was just, it was great. I mean, obviously now watching this through 42-year-old eyes, it's like, yeah. Oh, it's in comparisons to what everyone's going to get on Wednesday.
Yeah, it's terrible. But it's a classic.
There's a charm to that terrible.
Oh, there is.
There's a charm to it.
See, but that's why, I've said to a lot of people, like, and again, I really like the original it's very dated in terms of its effects. But the original Godzilla, 1954, even the American recut in 1956, which was called Godzilla King of the Monsters, the one with Raymond Burr. And then I really like the Godzilla 1985, of course. I do like the cheesy Toho films through the 60s and the 70s, but there is a very, I don't even know if I'm going to call it B movie. Like, it might even be C or D movie feel to them. They're cheesy. They don't hold up well. And it's unfortunate because a lot of the times that's what people think of when they think of Godzilla films. And it makes sense because there was an abundance of them. But when you watch like Godzilla 1985, it's a little dated now too because it's the 80s. But when you watch that movie, it's fucking wicked. Like, there's an 80s term for you, wicked. But it is. It's wicked. Awesome. It's awesome. It's because he's taken seriously. It's not supposed to be funny, right. And I remember Godzilla movies became such a stereotype that I remember in the 80s, I don't remember this obviously because I was very young, but I read this, that they actually, when they were doing the American cut of Godzilla, the return of Godzilla from 1984, the Japanese version, when they were doing the American cut with Raymond Burr, they actually Raymond Burr only came back if they took it seriously, because they were actually going to cut it to make it kind of cheesy and fun and a little hokey and poke fun at itself. And I think it was Leonard Maltin or something who gave the movie a bad review and said something, which I get it, but he gave the movie a bad review. And one of the reasons is because it wasn't funny enough. But that goes to show you where people's mentalities were when they think of Godzilla movies, because there's all these cheesy, Godzilla versus this person and that, and it's all cheesy, bad movies. And it's taken a lot of time to get past that, to get out of that shadow that we can take Godzilla seriously, where it's a fucking serious movie. And that's what I really appreciated about the 85 film, which is essentially the 84 movie, but the American version, which is the 85 film. I really appreciated that it took itself seriously. There's a real tone, like the beginning with the score and the fire up the screen. And I mean, it's awesome shit. Like, that's what I love about Godzilla. And what I really appreciate about these new movies as well is that they're taking it seriously. They're not B movie, funny films.
That's kind of like what happened, unfortunately. I mean, I don't mind it so much, but like what happened with the Kong 76 film and why people don't like it is because There's a bit of cheese factor to it.
A bit of it.
You know,
Yeah, a little bit.
He's a little bit horny in that film.
He is. He's blowing on, you know.
There's, Jessica, you know, like Jessica Lange's got that line, you know, you were saved by Deep Throat, if everyone knows. You know what I mean? Like they know the movie from the. But I mean, there was lines like that throughout the film.
Yes,
you know what I mean? I don't mind it. I mean, that type of sarcastic, you know, one-line humor, I'm okay with it. But a lot of people really sandbag that film, the 76 Kong. To me, still to this day, though, the 76 Kong has the best roar. Like that roar, they fucking nailed it in the sound design.
That's great.
It's spot on. Yeah, was he horny? Whatever.
Yeah, he was a little. Well, you know, he's a primate. You know,
he's a primate, exactly.
This beautiful woman.
Jessica Lange, man, fuck, I'd be horny too. What the fuck?
He's into petite women, and you know, I mean, that's okay. I mean, she's you know, whatever. Into blondes, you know. Petite blondes, okay.
But you know, the funny thing is, I never thought of that, to be honest with you, until
I didn't. As a kid, I didn't think of it.
As a kid, I never thought that until recently, reading people doing updated reviews on that, and like I can see where people are getting it. Like, yeah, he's basically taking her clothes off as you know, as he's wiping his finger, and I get it. Right. You know, as a kid, I didn't give a shit. I thought it was just a fucking badass movie, and it was a lot of fun to watch.
Yep. Same.
You know, and then like. I watched. When I went through it, I've gone through all what I own, and I watched the 1998 Godzilla. Now, the one thing I will say about the 98 Godzilla is this: it's unfortunate that they called it Godzilla, because if they had called it something else, it would have been a decent monster flick for the 90s. It would have been, you know, the design of the monster is badass. In fact, that monster could easily fit in this new universe.
100%.
You know, whatever it was called.
That's
actually whatever they want to.
That's actually a really good point. And because it was attacking New York and not Tokyo, you could have called that monster anything. Whatever. Yeah. And
it would have been a really good monster film for us in the 90s. And then if you started thinking of ideas of like, oh, we could bring that monster into this universe, and that could be Godzilla's next opponent, you know?
Yep. No, it's a good point. And we are, so we're watching the 1962 King Kong versus Godzilla. The movie is free
here's the link,
on
guys.
YouTube.
I'm going to paste it again into the comments section. We're watching it on YouTube. Well, I am in Davis. It's the YouTube channel that posted the whole movie.
So there's no excuse. There's no excuse. You can definitely watch this on YouTube with us. And Tony and I are paused. There's like this little funny intro that's about 3 or 4 seconds long. We're paused about 4 or 5 seconds in. That's where we're paused. That's where the movie's about to begin. And this is it. King Kong versus Godzilla. You ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Yes. Listen to that old music. John Beck presents.
John Beck.
I love it. This is it. King Kong versus Godzilla.
So they just reversed it this time around. That's all.
Essentially, yeah. Yes, Michael Keith, Harry Holcomb. Directors. I can't read these Japanese names, but very cool indeed. This is good though. This is you know what? I got to admit, it's been a while since I've seen this movie. I used to watch it a lot on VHS, but I haven't watched it in quite some time. So it's been a while. Tom Ferreira says, what's your thoughts on the is it Heisei and Millennium Era Godzilla film? Is that after 99? I've seen Godzilla 2000. I saw Godzilla, the war one there, the whatever it was from 04 or whatever, Final Wars. I thought that was okay, you know, but I don't know what it is. I don't think they've, you know, it's okay. But admittedly, I haven't been watching the more recent Godzilla films that Toho produced. I still have to see Shin Godzilla. I'm looking forward to seeing it though. I definitely want to see that because I love the way Godzilla looks in that fucking movie.
I don't even know.
Shin Godzilla? Yeah.
I don't even know.
It was Toho's answer to Godzilla 2014. So Gareth Edwards' Godzilla that came out in 2014.
God, why does this look like the PSA announcements we used to watch in school?
Because I think it's like that guy, and it's like this guy used to do that.
It totally does, dude.
It's true.
It looks like that. Folks, this is what we had for technology and videos. Literally, this is like videos that science, especially science videos that we would watch growing up as kids. This is what it looked like.
Gareth Edwards' Godzilla, right? In 2014. Can you hear me, Tony?
Oh, that's the new, well, no, I've only seen the 98 film. I've seen, and then the two recent ones from 2017 and the King of the Monsters.
Oh, okay.
Those are the only Godzilla films that I've ever seen. I have not seen all, well, plus this one that we're watching.
Right. So, okay. Well, the Godzilla movie that came out in 2014, the one that was the first one, the one that Gareth Edwards did before, like there's King of the Monsters, the one we watched last week, but there's the one before that came out in 2014. That was the American one. And then in 2016, Toho released their answer to that movie, and it was called Shin Godzilla, or whatever it was called. And Godzilla looks fucking amazing in that movie. I still haven't seen it, but I'd like to watch that. And I think it's it's Japan's most updated version of it. Yeah, it's true, Frank. You're absolutely right. Why does it start out as a high school sex ed film?
It's true. That's 100%. Like what we had for sex ed films.
100%. It totally feels that way. It does feel that way.
This is the female's fallopian tubes.
We need to have this American explain to us what's going on, so we're all caught up in what's happening.
Looks like he's about to eat a tomato. Yeah, the memories, the nostalgia is coming back to me. I haven't seen this in a long time.
So the real question is, are we going to do a live watch of It's Me, Billy? I'm going to have to lead that show because for you to be criticizing your own work would be kind of odd.
Yeah, we don't know what we're going to do.
Dave would be like, this is the greatest movie ever.
No.
Citizen Kane.
No. I'd talk about my film in an objective way.
It's only, it's a half hour. We could, you know what we could do with that? We could do like a It's Me, Billy and Host, because Host is only 50 minutes and your film's only about 30 minutes. So we could actually do a double feature that night.
Yeah, well, we haven't officially released the length.
No. I mean, like when you release it.
Yeah. Well, no, I know, but it is going to be longer than 30 minutes, just so people know. Okay. It's not 4 hours. It's not an hour, but it is shaping up to be a little bit longer than 30 minutes.
This isn't the McRae 4-hour cut.
It's not the McRae 4-hour cut with just, a bunch of filler and nonsense. No, but it is shaping up to be a bit longer than 30 minutes.
Well, that's cool. Are we skipping the commercials? Because I just got hit with one.
You got hit with a commercial?
Yeah.
I'm not on a commercial.
I'm going to skip ad.
Really?
So in case if you get hit with one, if you get hit with one, just hit skip ad.
Yeah, I probably don't get it because I have YouTube Premium, and that's probably why I'm not seeing any ads.
Okay. Yeah, I ain't paying for that shit.
No, don't pay for it. So no, I don't see any ads. So where are you right now? I have the guy at the map.
The guy's at the map.
Okay.
And he's pointing.
Yeah.
God, these maps are even outdated when you look at like some of the countries that are there on the when you were looking at like the other map that the other dude was in front of.
I mean, this is before North America separated from Asia. It's unbelievable. No.
No, but
can you imagine? It's funny.
There's like a lot of Russian countries, Soviet Union. There's countries that weren't there that are there today that weren't there in this movie.
Yep.
And I can't remember, was East and West Germany during this time? Had they already split into two countries? Yeah, they would have, right after World War II.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I mean, this is before Kennedy was shot.
Yeah, that's right.
Kennedy was assassinated the next year.
Yeah, that's right.
The next year.
Sucks Films. We were just talking about that. Did you hear about the Snyder Cut fans review bombing Godzilla versus Kong on IMDb, the world of fandom? I'm just going to say this. We were talking about this, beforehand, and it's sort of what I touched on last week on my show. Tony and I are the same age. Our birthdays are literally 5 days apart. We're both 41.
Literally, we're twins, but 5 days apart twins.
That's right.
I just didn't decide to come out. Yeah, I was waiting.
Right. Of course. Yeah.
I like to make an entrance.
Yeah, we're identical twins. If you did, in case you didn't notice, I don't understand. I don't understand. You know, I'm 40 years old, 41, be 42 in a couple months. And again, as I always say on my channel, that's not old. It's certainly not old. I'm only in my early 40s, but I'm starting to realize that it's old enough that I don't understand this world of fandom. I don't understand because I come from a world where if I didn't like a movie, yeah, that sucked. That's disappointing. I talk about it with my friends. Oh, I think they should have done this. Like what I do here on this channel. Here's what I think they should do. But it would never, ever, ever, ever occur because I'm a grown man. I have testicles. Okay. I'm a mature guy. Although that's up for debate. But it would never even dawn on me to lash out on Twitter, to actors or calling
intentionally leave bad reviews.
Yes, intentionally leave bad reviews out of spite, send death threats to filmmaker. I loathed The Last Jedi. I didn't like it, but it never, ever, ever crossed my mind. You know what? I'm going to get on Twitter and who are these people? I pray to God, and I'm not religious. So I say that with a grain of salt.
Wow.
But it's a figure of speech. It's a figure of speech.
Dave's talking about praying. It's serious.
Well, you'll get what I mean when I say this, obviously. It's a figure of speech. I hope is what I'm trying to say. I hope that these people, whoever they are between the ages of 10 and 20. Because if you're my age,
sadly,
and older,
I think probably some of them are our age.
What the fuck, man? You come from that world, dude. You remember when there was no internet. You remember when, we didn't care about that shit. We just didn't like a movie and that kind of sucks. Damn it. That's too bad. And then we just moved on, we just got over it.
Yep.
I don't understand.
But this whole nonsense to sit there and shitbag Godzilla versus Kong just because you wanna protest Warner Brothers because you want to restore the Snyderverse or whatever the fuck it is. I mean, it's spoiled brats, and if you're one of them, you're a fucking spoiled brat who's obnoxious and deserves a fucking stomp to the head to have your fucking factory settings reset back to fucking normal.
I would be so ashamed if a close friend of mine, if I found out that they were, and listen, in the large picture of the universe is doing that. No, of course it's not a big deal. It's not like they're, abusing children or something. Obviously it's a first world problem. But the point but it's the principle
really
of it.
First world problem.
Yeah, well, no, but I'm just saying, but it's the principle of it, right? It's like if I found out a buddy of mine my age was doing that, I'd be like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Like, why are you? It's such a.
I don't care what age you are. I don't care if you're 15 doing it. It's just like get a hobby.
Agreed.
You know what I mean?
I agree, but you look at a kid and you're like, well, they don't get it. Like they grew up in the digital age. They care about things. They're emotionally sensitive and everything offends them and they care about so much and they get like you can at least intellectualize it. But when it's a dude our age and older, you're like, the fuck are you doing? Like. Why? What do you care? Just be upset and that sucks and talk about it with your friends and then have a beer and move on. Like, I mean, who cares? I don't understand it. I don't understand it.
Either.
This spiteful sort of intentional lashing out at actors and directors and downvote. Like, what are you, 6? Yeah. I hope so. Because I don't come from that world. I'm just like, who cares?
Well, Jim Dorsey,
if I don't like something, I just don't rate it.
I said the same thing to Dave before we went live, and he said, well, remember the kids that grew up getting participation trophies, they're adult now. And that started when Dave and I were about beginning our teenage years, was the handouts of participation trophy. And that's 100% fact. And that's what we've evolved to because of that, because everybody got something. So nobody felt left out. You got this spoiled brat mentality of give me what I want. And if you don't give me what I want, I'm going to throw a hissy fit. And that's all it is with these DC fanboys right now, throwing a hissy fit to get what they want. So they're going to shitbag on another movie that Warner Brothers is releasing just to be a douche. And whatever. Fucking, like I said, get a hobby and fucking.
It's just crazy.
Whatever.
It wouldn't even dawn. Like I said, I didn't like The Last Jedi. I did not like the character of Rose. But to go from not liking
The Curse of Michael Myers,
I understand that, but the point I'm making is that, but that didn't come out during this era. So
no, but
so when it
was
comes,
my movie going experience where it was very disappointing.
100%,
didn't like it, and
100%,
whatever,
100%.
moved on.
But I would never make that. But it's just mind-boggling to make the leap from I thought that character was kind of shitty. I don't really like that. That was a bad movie. That was a bad movie, and here's why. Blah, blah, blah. To go from that to sending death threats and being racist to Kelly Marie Tran. I don't understand. I can't make the connection. It's just mind blowing to me. It's like, what? I don't understand it. And it's another example of a world that's just not made for me anymore. The world's just not made for me. I just don't, these kids, and you're right about the participation trophies, it sounds like an overused cliche. Oh, we're raising a bunch of, sensitive, but these things are insidious. It doesn't look like it in a vacuum, but it's over a course of time when generations change and you change the culture and you allow everybody to think that, there's no meaning to anything and everything bleeds together and everybody's opinion matters at the same, you create, people think and it's like, that's not it. Like, that's not.
No, I know.
It's just sad, it's like if and as I said to Tony before the show began, this whole King Kong down, voting the new film, because they think that Warner Brothers is going to do anything. Now, I'm not a big enough channel where my voice has any sort of impact. But if you've been following me for any sort of time, 2 weeks ago, I told you on a McRae Live, I forget what episode it was, although it may have been multiple episodes. I said to you, if you think this Snyder cut is the beginning of it ain't happening. Do you remember me saying that? I said, it ain't happening.
I know.
And that's because I know how the business works. And then a week later, the head of Warner Media says, it ain't happening. I'm like, oh, there you go. And I just wish fans would educate themselves on the business of Hollywood. And look, I'm not expecting the average fan to come home and I got to open up a textbook. And I don't mean that. I just mean do a little due diligence, understand how those things work. Because if you can just understand even a basic idea, 101 of how the business of movies is done, you'll at the very least look at some decisions and go, oh, I get it. I understand it. And then you won't be all, man. Well, they'll always exist, but it's just
always.
That's our
new world,
spite,
man.
They're downloading. And what is that really going to do? We're going to downvote Godzilla versus King Kong. It's still just made over $120 million in China. It's still a gigantic success and it hasn't even opened here yet. It's going to be a huge success. You're going to lose anyway. But I'm a baby, so I'm going to... I hope to God you are an actual infant because I don't come from that world. I don't get it. Anyway, if you're just joining us, we are... Where are we here? How much... we're in
about
the movie.
15 minutes in.
15 minutes in.
Stomping on the...
yes, he's breathing his fucking fire.
Destroying that army base.
Look at these. This is great stuff. And of course, they slow things down when they're working with miniatures.
God, if I could actually get my hands on a costume like that, it would be fun to do a photo shoot like that. Little callback to the 60s Godzilla.
Oh, or
that'd
a King Kong Godzilla thing?
King Kong versus Godzilla? Like a Godzilla costume like that that they did for the movie here. That'd be fun to do.
Yeah.
Build a little model set, have them destroying shit.
Yeah.
I love how they're breaking the fourth wall in this film.
They are. They totally are. Let me go back
really
the other
breaking
way,
the fourth wall. They are talking to us.
They are talking to us.
I guess for the time, it would have been cool in 1962.
100%. I mean, 1962, you'd never seen anything. Well, not that you'd never seen anything like this, but I mean,
the technology was nowhere where it is today. So if you're a 1962 kid,
correct,
this is great. You're loving life.
It's amazing. It's fucking amazing, is what it is. Jeff Harris sends in a $9.99 super chat. Says, I personally annoyed with the new hashtag too. I don't even know what the new hashtag is, but it's just my opinion though. See, this is how disconnect. This is how much I don't care. I don't know what the hashtag is. I just feel
I don't have Facebook
you got
or Twitter.
your movie already. Enjoy it. The studio gave a lot of money to Zach too. Because it's just people The only thing I can conjure it up to is people who just don't understand. They just think, well, why don't they just do this? If you just do this, it'll make money. If you just do this, then the fans will go see it and it'll make money. And it's like, I understand the simplistic nature of that level of thinking, but there are so many variables that the average moviegoer who isn't informed doesn't think of because they're thinking on very surface level terms. And you're supposed to. You're a fan. You're not supposed to care about the business if you're not in the business or if you don't have an interest in it or if you're not taking it in college. But you're not supposed to care. But there's a lot of things that I see a lot of fans say that I just shake my head to and I go, that's not how it works. It's not that, here's why and yeah, it doesn't surprise me. A new hashtag, they're trying to start a new hashtag. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Anyway, it's just, I just hope they're actually kids. I really do. And like you said though, Tony, unfortunately, they're probably not. A lot of them are probably 40-year-old guys that are doing this. And it's like, dude, like take a moment and think back when you were like, don't act like such a kid, man. They're now on the island, and this is where they're going to get Kong, right?
Yeah,
I think they're going to get Kong because they need to.
Godzilla is on a rampage, and now they're going to get Kong because they need Kong.
They need Kong. Blood Red Sky says on IMDb, trolls are spamming the 2004 Garfield movie with 10 out of 10 stars. They're praising the Garfield movie on IMDb, so I guess it's an inside joke. But see, that's also why ratings on IMDb have always meant nothing. When you have a rating system that requires no screening process, that I don't even have to see a movie. I could log in or whatever and downvote it and create 45 accounts and affect a rating. I don't understand why people put stock into IMDb scores anyway. I can guarantee you when it's me, Billy, comes out, my trolls are going to downvote it just because they don't like me. I can upload a video or do a McRae live or do this Two Dude show and it can have a downvote before the stream's even started. Now today we don't have any, but I mean, there will be some. Same with my, so it doesn't, because there's no screening process. It's just, it allows people to downvote for the hell of it. So even the voting now, I mean, the voting on YouTube tends to be a little more, you can gauge it a little more than you can on IMDb. But yeah, the spiteful, it's just...
I just realized something with this movie.
I don't get it. I'm a grown-ass man, and I guess that's why I don't get it.
But with watching these villagers, there's a lot of blackface going on. There's a lot of blackface going on right now.
Yeah, they're
I was like, I've never noticed that until now.
But I wonder, I see what you're saying. I do see what you're saying.
They're Asian people, obviously.
They're Asian, but they're trying to make them look more
indigenous.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Yeah. Which I can tell you, somebody close to me, the Asian and in the,
well, I guess though
native can look very similar.
Yeah, like in the Vietnamese area, for sure, in that area. But I think Kong is supposed to be on an indigenous island, mostly. Because like if you look at the original film, if you look at the 76, it's pretty much mostly black folks.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, for sure.
So I was like, wow. I was like watching this like, damn, there's no way they get away with this today.
Mm-hmm. One thing that the trolls don't get, and I don't think they understand, is that downvotes actually still help your video in the algorithms, in YouTube's algorithms. So if you downvote a video, it actually still helps bump the video. It's still engagement, right?
Yeah.
Because the algorithms look for engagement. They look for views. They look for thumbs up. They look for thumbs down. They look for comments. So if you downvote a video, like if a video has 500 downvotes and 1 upvote, that video rises in the algorithms. So it's ironic because you would think it would get buried because, oh, nobody likes this video, so we're just going to. And of course, again, there's a lot of variables at play, right? It would depend on what channel it's coming from and, you know, how many views it has. There's many working parts. But the irony is that the downvotes actually help the channel.
Now they're giving them cigarettes. What the hell? Oh,
I know.
shit.
It's cheesy. It's very cheesy.
Are they going to give the kid a cigarette? I can't remember.
I can't remember if they do or not. I can't remember.
They do. Oh my God. Of course,
wait, I must be behind
60s,
you,
man.
Hang on, I must be behind you. Why am I not? I'm still, or am I ahead?
Where are
of
you at? I'll hit pause. Tell me.
I'm at 22. Where am I here?
Tell me when the chief guy and the other dude's got his hand up like this after they've given the kid the cigarette.
Oh, now they're all dispersing. They're dispersing. I didn't see it. I must have missed it. And now there's a guy at the fire and he's dancing and everybody's going like this.
Are they going like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where I am. I must have missed it.
Yeah, they gave the kid the cigarette.
Yeah,
of course, in the 60s, nobody would have gave a shit.
No, it's true. Of course, that kid was probably 38.
Probably.
This is where
nowadays,
we're at now. If you can hear
what was
me.
that big thing with Stranger Things? They're not going to have Hopper smoke anymore on Stranger Things.
The world has lost its collective fucking mind. That's all I'll say.
Are you telling me, bro?
No.
Fucking Starbucks?
I'm just saying
okay.
in general.
Here's the thing. Starbucks, if you're not wearing a mask at the drive-thru, they will hand you a mask first before they hand you a drink.
At the drive-thru?
Don't ask. Like I said, we're on some batshit crazy level right now with stupidity.
That hasn't happened here yet.
I'm still trying to figure out what's the difference than just handing me my drink versus to handing me a mask first, me put the mask on, and then hand me the drink.
That doesn't make any sense.
You're handing me a mask while I'm not wearing a mask. What the fuck is the difference? I don't know.
Doesn't make any sense at all. No, they haven't done that here yet. I've been through the drive-thru. I haven't been through a Starbucks drive-through here, but Tim Hortons, which is essentially the Canadian Starbucks, it's like on every fucking corner up here. I've gone through their drive-through a number of times, and I'm in my car and I don't have my mask on, and they have them on as they open the window to hand me the thing or to hand me the debit machine or whatever. But I don't know.
Hey, you know what I watched last night? And everybody who suggested this I actually liked it better than the first one. And those who said it was Hell House 2. I've seen Hell House, and I finally saw Hell House 2.
Very cool.
And I do like it better than the first film. We have to get to those. Those are pretty decent films. I haven't seen the third one yet, but the first one was fun. The second one I thought was a bit more intense.
Yeah.
And I thought it was pretty good. So I watched that last night.
Cool. I have not seen Hell House.
I think you might like it. Maybe. I don't know. You confuse me sometimes with modern horror movies. Like, we agree on pretty much most everything and we have the same taste, but when it comes to modern horror films, we do tend to defer a little bit. So like, I don't know if you would like, I think you might like it.
I might. I don't know. I think it's just because
you didn't like Quiet Place. I love A Quiet Place.
I love the premise of A Quiet Place. I think it's a great premise. I just didn't.
Did the second one come out yet?
No, not yet. Okay. It's not that I didn't like A Quiet Place in general. I just, like I mentioned before, I found that the characters were making incompetent decisions that I didn't believe. As a viewer,
like
I
having
didn't.
a baby?
Exactly, 100%. I didn't believe that the characters would do that. And that's one example of several in the film that took me out of the movie. It felt like we needed to create scenarios for the characters.
Sure, I get that.
To justify certain, and I'm just like, I don't believe you would do that. I don't, that's so incompetent. I don't believe you. There's just a lot of things like that. So no, I wasn't a big fan. But I love the premise. But I'm looking forward to part 2 though.
Same. But I thought, when does part 2 come out? That freaking trailer came out like a year ago.
Oh yeah, well a lot of movies was. I think it's supposed to come out in May or June. Maybe May.
Oh, right around when The Conjuring comes out?
Something like that. You watch on May the 28th when It's Me, Billy
that's gonna be a good week. I get to see It's Me, Billy, and then a couple days after that, The Conjuring 3.
But you watch.
That's a good week.
That'll drop the same day that Blumhouse and Universal decide to drop the Halloween Kills trailer and steamrolls over to me, Billy. Nobody gives a fuck. Gets 3 views that day because everybody's just going insane.
Yeah, that full trailer's got to be coming soon.
Hopefully not till June or before it's being Billy. Well, it's funny. I thought, and again, not that it's a fan movie. It's an indie film. It's not, it doesn't have, but I remember when, but that's something, you think about because you want your film to gain as much interest and as traction as possible. And if there's some other big horror movie that's, that's a Hollywood, that's highly anticipated, good luck.
My timestamp is at 28:10. That's where I'm at.
28:10?
Yeah.
I'm 27:40 right now. 41, 42.
The guys are walking through the jungle?
Nope. Weird. Now they're on the bridge, walking across.
Right. Tell me when they're past the bridge.
Okay, one straggler still coming along the bridge. He's standing in the middle of the bridge. Okay, now we're getting like this shot of the trees with the sun coming through the trees. And now we got the guy carrying the box, has PA on it, and the 2 guys are walking along with him.
Okay. Yeah. We're about at the same spot.
Yeah.
I think because every time I skip ahead past the commercials, when my commercials pop up, because I don't have YouTube Premium, it might be jumping me ahead a bit.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. That might be it.
That's all right. It's for free. I can't complain.
No. What are you going to do, right?
Because it's not available on iTunes. So.
That's right.
And I wasn't about to hook up my VCR.
No. I have mine's hooked up, but it's hooked up out there though. I couldn't watch it in here. Doom, 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 doom. The Kong outfit in this movie is
it's
fuck. It looks like Kong is
cosplay.
But it's
someone on a budget for cosplay.
It's a bad Kong outfit.
It is. They didn't do him. Unfortunately, they didn't do my buddy justice. In this one.
And
the 1933 Kong looks a lot better than this Kong, and that's like 30 years apart.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think, they're going to. Kong in this movie looks like he's in a look at the rubber. He's got the rubber lizard. He's tossing around his head. Kong in this movie looks like he's in a perpetual state of inebriation. He looks like he's drunk all the time. It's because of the his head, the mask or the over that just looks drunk all the time. To me. But I mean, but as a kid, you're just like, this is great. This is fucking amazing.
It's too bad they couldn't get it more into the look of the 1933 Kong, because that would have been interesting. Like that Kong in that look versus Godzilla.
Oh, from the 76 movie?
No, 33.
33.
I'm thinking of the time, you know what I mean?
Right.
They hadn't come out with the 76 one. So I'm thinking that they had just matched Kong's look to the 33 film. That would have been interesting.
Yep.
Definitely better.
Yes, I agree with that. You're right. This Asian is in what could be perceived as blackface.
Yeah. So there's a lot of that going on in this film. But 1960s, unfortunately, that's what was happening. I mean, was it right? No. I mean,
no, it wasn't. But it doesn't. It's not an excuse. But we do have to understand the time period. I have photos. I have photos of my uncle, who's now in his late 70s or mid 70s. My mom's brother. There's a photo from like the 50s when they were, or maybe it's the late 40s. No, early 50s. It might be before they came to Canada in 1956. My mother came to Canada in 56. So I think it was before then. But anyway, there's a photo of my mom and her 2 brothers. They can't be any older than like, I don't know, 6, something like that. And my one uncle, I forget which one it was, is in blackface. He's total blackface. He's got like a BB gun in blackface, and it's a cool photo in the sense of, wow, that was normal. And nobody looked at it, I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it was, I'm just saying that he wouldn't have been the only kid. You know, I forget what he was dressed up as, like a something.
Oh, is this when Kong fights the octopus?
Really interesting. Yeah, well, and that octopus looks pretty good.
The octopus looks really good.
Yeah.
I would say, actually, of all three monsters in this film, that octopus probably looks the best.
It does. Is it stop motion or no?
I was watching it as you were talking there, and I was trying to figure out, is that stop motion animation? I couldn't tell.
I don't think it is. I don't think it is
either.
Because stop motion animation would be very apparent in the early 60s.
Yeah, that's what Kong is in the 33 film.
Right. Yeah, I think this is some sort of, well, that's obviously like a mapped it. Yeah, I don't know how it's very fluid. Very fluid, you know?
Movement is very realistic.
Yes.
Yeah, I will say of the effects, this octopus probably looks the best, except for here.
Well, you know, and
that's stop motion.
Draven G says it's a real octopus. I actually could see it being a real octopus, actually, because when you get an octopus, because you're shooting miniatures, and you get an octopus, and you put an octopus amongst the miniatures, it looks like yeah, I think you're right. It probably is. Yeah. A lot of them are saying it's a real octopus. So that makes sense. That makes sense to me that it's real, and you would shoot it. Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
And they're up against a blue or green screen.
Correct. It would be a blue screen. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. And why wouldn't you? It'd be easy to do. You just map that in afterwards.
It's octopus, though.
Well, no, you'd map it in afterwards.
No, I'm just saying in general, that's just a big.
Oh, yeah.
Octopus.
Yeah. Oh, in general, like in the movie. Yeah.
Big octopus.
Yeah. Can you imagine? It'd be wild.
Yeah. Could you imagine being the dude in the Kong suit, be like, "Now I got to fight this thing. What the fuck?"
What the fuck, man? I think everybody fuck the Snyder cut or the Snyder verse, whatever it's called. I think we should start a hashtag. Release the extended cut of the 62 movie. King Kong versus Godzilla. I want a cinematic universe with the natives on this island. There's got to be shit. There's got to be like fucking, stuff on the cutting room floor. Release the John Beck cut.
There he is.
Oh, wait. I don't see him yet.
I might be a few seconds ahead of you.
Hang on. There. Where is he? I think we hear him. Yeah, wait, there he is. I love how he's like this. He's got his arms up in the air. Like
I know. God,
I love it.
They didn't do him justice at all.
Look at him. Oh, God, he looks terrible. But Godzilla looks terrible in this movie, too. I love this. But what I really love about this filmmaking, yeah, it's absolutely dated. But these are all miniatures. Like, to look at fucking awesome, man. Like, awesome shit.
For 1960, hell yeah.
Oh my God, this is so great. The way he's stepping on those things.
Of course, now that's fake.
Yeah, of course. But I love this. I love the whole.
Although I can't tell. Every time it keeps cutting in and out, it's like some of it looks like he's fighting the real octopus, and then some of it looks like he's fighting a faked octopus.
Yeah. Well, he'd be fighting here. At this point, he'd be fighting. No, no, because octopus or octopi or whatever they're very small.
I'm talking about the one where he's throwing the rock. I might be a few seconds ahead of you. He's throwing the rock at.
Right now, yes.
Yeah, he's throwing a rock at the real octopus.
That's right. Yeah, and you can tell that rock's not hitting him because you can see the shadow of the rock as it hits the wall.
No.
That's so great. I love it. Imagine this was the movie that came out today. That's right. Jeff Harris says, restore the John Beck verse. Yes! Restore the John Beck verse.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you, Snyder verse. Screw it. You got your movie. I want the John Beck verse right now. That's what I want. I want the Snyder verse.
I actually think he does get drunk right here. He picks up the jug, right, and he starts drinking.
This is where he gets hammered.
He's drunk looking throughout the whole movie.
And look at the muscles in his back. He's like ripped and chiseled. The natives, my God. Look at that. Look at his face.
He's drunk.
The This looks like
Poor Kong.
This looks like the Patterson Bigfoot outfit.
Don't worry, buddy. That's how we all feel on some Saturday nights.
Yeah. There he goes.
He's staggering.
He's going down. No, he's going for more. He's going for more. He can't take it. He needs more.
He's doing a stone cold.
He's loving this. He can't taste the alcohol in this. You see? It's the kind of alcoholic drink that you can't taste the alcohol in, which is my favorite kind of alcoholic drink, actually.
Well, I think this is how they catch him.
Because I can't stand the taste of alcohol.
He passes out, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
That's how they catch him.
And then they like tie him to like a helicopter or something. He's like carried over the ocean or something like that.
Oh, Kong's about to do what I do usually on some Saturday nights. Pass the fuck out.
Saturday night. Blah, blah, blah. Do you remember that song? Saturday night. Na, 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 na. Do you remember that song? You don't remember that song? Does anybody remember that song? It was a dance song from like the mid 90s or whatever. It was like Saturday night.
I might if I heard it. If I heard it, I probably would know it.
It was called Saturday Night.
I know Saturday Night Fever.
Well, that's
the Bee Gees.
That's going back to before our time. I've seen the film. Watch it, Dave. The Patterson a Gimlin film is real. I don't believe it's real. I've seen it. I've seen it analyzed. I've watched both. I don't just watch things that show. I've watched both sides. I try to be very good that way in watching arguments for and arguments against and understanding and reading about the individuals and what was going on at that time and people who knew them and stories. And I think there's a very high probability that the Patterson film is not real.
I'm feeling this dancer doing her thing in front of Kong.
I knew you were.
I'm very locked in on her right now.
Okay, but remember, she's 85 now.
Now, right? Really?
Because what? Maybe she's what? Let's say she's 25 here.
20 something here, and
let's say she's 25
40
here.
years old.
So 25, 35, 45, 55, 65,
She'd be in her
75.
60s.
No. If she was 25
70s?
and 62, she'd be 80 something.
Well, this movie's only 40 years. Well, no, 50 years old. That's right.
No, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50,
this
60
movie's about to be
years
50.
old.
60?
60 years old.
I don't know. My math is off.
62 to 2022, which is next year, is 60 years.
So so this is celebrating its 60th anniversary next year.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if she's 25, she'd be 82 next year. Or 80.
Probably
80
still looks
80,
great dancing.
Yeah, 82, whatever. Well, Japanese tend to age very well.
Very well.
They can look very.
I hope that happens to me when I hit 80.
Yeah. I hope it happens to me. Well, you're Italian. You'll be fine. I'm English. That's I'm going to fucking look like.
Italian and gypsy. That gypsy blood in me.
See, you're going to look good. Although I have some French in me, so maybe I'll be okay. But.
Oh, a little gray coming in now here. I noticed that in the regrowth. I posted that on Instagram stories.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, it's not as dark as it was the last year when it was a bit darker. Right. It was a little ashy.
A little ashy. That's good. Now I don't have to feel left out. In case you don't know what's going on.
Late to the party.
In case you don't know what's going on, here's what's going on. We're going to explain it to you through exposition with a bunch of non-Asian people.
In 50 years, no, Dave and I won't be 100. We'll be 92. We'll be two old dudes in some bullshit on whatever virtual crazy platform that we're
two dudes and some Viagra. Oh no,
we'll be doing some Star Trek shit. We'll look like we're right next to each other.
That's it. Holograms and
holograms. Thank you. That's what I was trying to think of.
That's right.
I'm going for 125. That's my goal in life.
That's your goal in life?
To be 125.
I think
I'm good. 125.
I think I'm checking out at 98.
You think so?
Yeah, 98. I want to live to 98. Although, I mean, it's a good life. Well, somebody asked me, and I think I've talked about this before on the channel, but it's true. Somebody asked me one time, because, you ask this kind of thing of your friends all the time, right? Like, if you could live forever, would you? And it's kind of like, well, here's the thing. It's not, am I living forever? It's more about quality of life, and do I get to keep my friends? Do my friends get to live forever and have a quality of life too? Because if I'm 130.
No, I want to reset on that and get a new batch of friends.
But it's true. But if I'm 130 or, well, let's be more realistic. Nobody lives to 130. But if I'm like 105, but I'm like really decrepit and old and bedridden, and I'm like, well, no, I'd rather just check out then, because what kind of, it's not about length of life. It's about quality of life. It's about quality of life. So, I don't want to, what the hell's, and then if you live to 115 or 105 or 110, I mean, chances are everybody you love is gone. So it's like, it's not just about living forever. It's about quality of life and keeping the people who you love in your life too. And unfortunately, that's just not a reality.
This guy looks very familiar. He's in a lot of old Asian films, isn't he?
The guy with the mustache, he's the eccentric guy. I think he is.
The very eccentric. He's in a lot of films. His face looks very recognizable.
Yeah. Warren Armour says, when I was 30, I never thought years would go by so fast. Oh, dude, I totally agree. I mean, it feels like it's insane that in 8 more years I'll be 50. Like that just,
I know.
It's
it doesn't
gross.
feel like we're in our 40s. Like I still feel like I'm in my 20s. Like how I got here this quickly, I don't.
And now I know when you talk to when we were younger and we talked to our grandparents or our parents, and they would say that, I know I'm 55 or whatever, but I still feel like I'm 22.
Yeah.
I
or
get
how
it.
fast it goes by. Yeah.
It sucks.
That's why it's like to waste your energy on fucking bullshit that's going on. Like, oh my God, dude, we're only here for a short time. Just fucking enjoy it.
Doesn't it suck that the animals that traditionally people have cats and dogs, right? Doesn't it suck that your cat and your dog will live to dogs tend to live depending on the size of the dog, but 12, whatever. And small dogs can live a bit longer. Cats, if they're indoor cats and you take good care of them, they can make it to 17, 18. But the average lifespan of a cat, if you look it up, the average is 13 to 15 or whatever. And that sucks. Because my little cat, Veda, she just turned 7. I'm like, oh, you're so cute. And it's like, oh, fuck. You only have another 10 years left. And it's like a goddamn tortoise.
Still a long time.
It is. But then there's a fucking tortoise that will outlive me. And if I get a parrot, I'm going to die before the fucking parrot. And it's like, what the hell, man?
That's true.
Why can't our cats and dogs, we just, we adopt a cat or dog, and that, I don't want to give it up. I don't want it to die. I want to just keep it forever. That's it.
Oh, I'm ready for my cat to go. That little pain in the ass.
No,
I'm kidding.
But no, the tortoise will live to 130.
Yeah. Well, some whales can get up there.
I know.
Female orcas.
I know.
Can get up to human age. They can live a very long time, even up to well over 100. The male orcas can only get to maybe between 60 and 70 years. Again, that's an average male life, when you compare a man, like a human man.
Yep.
Although we are living longer now. And I think the reason why we are living longer, and I bet you as generations get older, is a lot of us are more health conscious now and taking care of ourselves.
Well, and technology and health,
healthcare.
Yeah.
I think my 100%. Nephews and their kids, we're going backwards, and we're and aging is not like what it once was. I fully expect to be 80 years old and still in the fucking gym. That's another life goal of mine. I don't want to be just stop at just being, nothing. I want to keep going, and for as long as I physically can do it, I'm going to keep doing it. And I think that's a big factor of how we're expanding and giving our lives ourselves a longer life. And I want to be 125. I want it to be a healthy, good 125.
120. You'll be one of the oldest people who've ever lived.
Exactly. Well, I mean, unless you get into the biblical stuff like Moses and Noah. Those dudes been living a couple hundred years. Love that animated fake train.
Oh yeah, it's great. You kidding me? Now I'm at 4605.
Yeah, same. 4607. Okay. So we're at the same. The guy's back on the screen.
Yeah.
Boy, they break the fourth wall a lot in this movie.
They break the fourth wall a lot in this movie. Yes, they do.
It's they're I guess that's the way they did it. They did it intentionally, as if we're watching news reports of this fight that's about to happen between these two monsters, which creative. That's a creative decision to do.
Yeah.
Well, Jim, actually, I would say more people smoked cigarettes back in the day than they do today. I think.
Agreed.
Like I think that you might meant that in reverse because man, I remember news anchors freaking lighting up and smoking cigarettes.
They smoked in hospitals.
Yeah, they smoked in hospitals.
Doctors would
everywhere.
smoke besides you doing fucking surgery.
Yeah.
I don't know about that, but they would smoke in hospitals. The best is
I think now we're becoming more conscious with that, and smoking has become a less and less thing.
Do you remember?
Yeah, still no weed. I haven't smoked weed now. What's that? I'm almost at a year.
Wow,
that's a fast year.
Fucking crazy. Do you remember non-smoking and smoking sections in restaurants?
In the mall? Yeah.
Or like, what the hell was that? Like, you could still smell
the
smoke.
in the restaurants? Yeah, no, that was so stupid.
I'm sitting in the non-smoking section. You can still smell it.
Non-smoking section's like right there, 5 feet away from you. Yeah. And the smoking section's like, what?
Here's Godzilla. Yes, Godzilla! The train. Look at this. These miniatures, though. It's so good. It's so good. Japanese girl. I wonder if she's Japanese women. A lot of Japanese women have very small, cute, petite features.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
It's that Asian persuasion, man.
The Asian persuasion. I haven't heard that.
Absolutely. My brother always would be like, you like that Asian persuasion?
Was he into Japanese or Asian
He
women?
dated a lot of Asian girls.
Oh, that's cool.
He dated a lot. I dated a couple. In my 20s.
I
had a couple girlfriends, short little flings.
My friend Yana, shout out to my friend Yana. She, I haven't seen her in quite a few years now. She lives out in BC.
That's a cool shot of Godzilla walking.
100%. My friend Yana, who is, I met her way back when we were teenagers. She's gay, and she lives out in BC with her. I think she's married now, actually. But anyway, when she was living in Toronto, I used to stay with her sometimes when I had auditions to go to when I first got into the business, and I would stay with her because I lived outside of Toronto at that time, and she was downtown. So sometimes if I had like an early morning audition or whatever, I would just go and crash on her couch. So I was already in the area in the morning, and I didn't have to worry about traffic and all that kind of stuff. And at that time, she was dating an Asian woman. I forget her name. Mel, whatever. And she was really cute. She was very nice. Very nice. I think she was Filipino.
The two Asian girls that I dated, yeah, they were, and their families were very nice. I did a lot of tradition, a lot of cool traditions that I was able to participate in some of the things that they did, which was really cool.
Yes, I totally agree. Very cool. I love a lot.
Yes,
of
Die Hard drummer. I actually have. I
dated
two of my two girlfriends. I dated two Latinas, different. One girl was from Puerto Rico. The other girl was from Brazil. It's a Latin culture.
So I just finally got my email from Warner Brothers. I got my access code for Godzilla versus King Kong. So I will be watching that tomorrow afternoon. Thank you.
In fact, the girl I dated who was from Puerto Rico, that was at the peak of, remember that Jennifer Lopez movie, Selena? The singer, based on the singer, Selena?
Yes.
Yeah. That was when that was going on, when that movie came out. I was dating her at the time.
Yeah, that was 97.
I only knew the words bitty bitty bum bum. I'd be like, you going to give me some bitty bitty bum bum?
That's funny.
She was fun. She was a fun girl to date. I had a lot of fun with her. High school stuff. Just,
right. I understand. Yep. Yeah. Come on, save her. Save her. Get out there, you son of a bitch. Get out there. Come on. This is a damsel in distress. A damsel in distress. It's such an old saying. A lot of these movies. Look at Godzilla.
It's still a great shot, even though
it is a great shot. These are miniatures.
It's
on a set, but the fact, like all the trees, like they're all miniature. Like I would have loved to have worked at this time. This would have been a cool time to come up with in Hollywood, like through the 60s, the 70s, and the 80s.
Because you're innovating a lot of stuff, because the stuff that we have today wasn't around.
There's something so cool. Not that it's just different. It's just different. It's not that it's not cool to be able to create. Like, look at this. The ship and everything is all like miniature. Like, look at those are fake people on that ship. It's not that it's not cool today to create these things in the computer, like to create it. Absolutely. And I can imagine it would be, that's a total fucking backdrop too. You can tell it's a wall. Kong, look at the miniature. This is so amazing. This is so awesome. I love this. And watching it now as a
they do it with the umbrella.
I know. But this is so great. You can tell that that's a wall back there painted with clouds. It's so cool.
I know, Tito. I said Brazil is not Latina. I said she's a Latin flavor. It's like that. I know it's not. God, you guys take things we say literally sometimes. Even when we cover our asses, you still take us literally.
It's like a wall. Yeah, this is hilarious.
Dumbbell.
There's a wall on the other side.
God, dumbbell. I haven't heard that phrase in a minute.
Dumbbell. I remember calling people dumbbell.
I remember calling people dumbbell back in the day.
I remember calling people things that get you canceled today.
Oh, hell yeah, it would.
Canceled. So lame. It's nonsense. He's just shooting. He's shooting randomly. What was I saying? I was going to say something. Oh yeah, like there's definitely, it's just different to be able to create movies at this time when you're creating models, miniatures, stop motion. Like it must have been so satisfying to watch your creation back and be like, oh my God, this really looks real. You know, and it's the same thing today. It's just different. It's just different.
Jeff, I agree. I need to see if I can find the costumes, man. Jeff's saying that you and I should recreate this. Dave, you dress as Zilla, I'll dress as Kong.
Done.
Do a photo shoot like
Done.
that.
Done. Can you imagine? Now you see Kong, how he rises up out of the water there. Behind King Kong, that's just a wall painted with, that's a wall painted with clouds.
Matte paint, right?
No, I think it's an
really
actual wall.
It's just a wall.
I think it's painted, a blue wall. It's a wall that's painted blue with clouds. And because of the depth of field, they make it out of focus. You know what I mean? It kind of looks, it kind of looks like the horizon. It's so good. It's so well done. And in the 60s, watching this on like a little television.
They haven't even linked up yet.
Wow. This movie's only 90 minutes. When you watching this movie on like a television in the 60s, or even in the like the theater, like, or wherever you would have watched it in the 60s. I don't know what kind of distribution it got back then, but totally would have been.
I could see it as a
dude. There's
definitely a good drive-in movie
for sure.
Take your girl to and do a drive-in.
Yes.
Drive-ins were popular. Monster flicks were definitely the thing for drive-ins. They definitely were a great marriage back in the day. The Blob, Godzilla, Kong, all that stuff.
I remember. What was I gonna say? Oh damn it! Lost my train of thought. It'll probably come back to me. Maybe it won't. I love how Kong goes.
Are we finally getting the first meeting between them?
Here it comes. There's their first meeting. Here we go.
So we're at 55 minutes, and we're finally getting to see Kong and Godzilla go at it.
I'm gonna turn this up for a second so you can hear this.
Here we go. Oh, of course, a fucking commercial's gonna pop up. Fucking YouTube.
It sounds like a fucking lion. I know. If you can hear it, I know you can hear it.
Here they come.
I turned it up on purpose.
It does.
Get some pictures.
I love the dub. Yeah, Godzilla. That's right, bitch.
I think I'd better get a light check. Put my money on Kong.
This is so great. Listen to that. Come on, Clash.
Godzilla's roar, they definitely took a little bit of that roar and implemented it into the newer Godzilla films.
Oh yeah, dude. Godzilla's roar has always been like that. It's never wavered. It's all Godzilla's roar is iconic.
Kong, I don't know. Kong sounds like the fucking MGM lion.
Yeah, Kong's changed. Look at his eyes, but Kong's roar has changed. But that roar from Zilla has always been like that. That's he's always it's so iconic.
Eyes? He's like,
I know, he's blinking. He's batting his eyes. I think I'm a bit ahead of you now. It's so funny. Throw the rock. Stupid connection again. Having this weird connection.
And again, I will say for 60s, the fire breath that they gave Godzilla, really good.
Yep. Yeah, it looks
You
good.
know?
Yep. I agree.
I'd love to know how they did that, how they created that effect that you can see the blue coming out of his mouth. And then you can see a little bit going up his back as well too.
Yep. Yeah. Well, would have been added. It would have been like
Yeah, no, I know it would have been added.
I'm
curious to know how they would have done that back in the day.
Probably animated, drawn in maybe. Over.
I never understood the clapping sound effect though in this film that Godzilla has. It
I
sounds
know,
like two suction cups going against each
It
other.
probably is. Listen to this. Kong just walks away because it's like, yeah, he's nuclear, man.
Scratching his head.
He's scratching
like,
his
what
head.
The fuck?
It's like, I don't know what I'm going to do here.
I don't know what I'm going to do.
I have no idea. I'm toast.
I'm all kinds of confused right now.
All kinds of confused.
What the hell?
Yeah, 100%. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. He's confused. Godzilla. We're having getting the. Oh, here come the. Look at that. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Look at these are models. I was going to say that in Superman. In Superman from 78, watching that today, there's a couple of scenes in Superman, and it doesn't ruin it. It's kind of part of the charm. There's a couple of scenes in Superman, I think when the dam is breaking or something, or there was all that water going through the town over, you can tell it's miniatures. You could absolutely tell. And that's 78. But I mean, it's a great movie. It's a great movie. But it's cool though.
They can create 500 Supermans and there'll never be more of an iconic moment of, I got you. You got me. Who's got you?
What's that from?
It's from Superman. That's when he catches Lois the first time when she falls from the helicopter. And he's like, I got you.
Oh, right.
She's like, you got me. Who's got you?
That's right. That's right. I remember that.
Line.
I remember that. Yeah. Who's got you? He gets angry, so he drops her. He just falls to the death. That's it. It's over. Roll credits.
That's the George Lucas cut.
Right. Exactly. Faster, more intense.
Although I've got to believe that Lucas had to have had some type of inspiration on them for Superman in the filming process and how some of the effects were done
Quite
to
possibly.
create
I don't know.
Christopher Reeve flying and whatnot.
I don't know. I don't know if he did or not. Here's Godzilla.
Inspired by, you know what I mean? Like
Yep.
what they did in Star Wars, I'm sure definitely inspired them in Superman.
I love this. Ooh, we got fire.
Would they pour gasoline in that river?
Yeah, really?
Because how does a river light on fire?
How does the river? Did I miss something? How does that river light on fire?
Yeah, we must have been talking and missed something.
Missed something.
Like,
maybe it's full of oil
how
or
the
something.
hell is that?
Or,
Like, how's that river on fire like that?
yeah, I'm not sure I understand. It's got to be full of oil or
Something.
or something.
Yes.
That's right. I'm going to turn this up again. It's Godzilla. Aw, cute little Godzilla.
So we're an hour in, and we basically got like a teaser of their first fight.
Yep.
And I think they fight each other 2 more times.
Something like that. Well, they're trying to take out Godzilla here. Yeah, he falls into this like epic. Yeah, like the craftsmanship, all the miniature stuff they do. Like watch Godzilla 1985. That's fucking like.
I do
So
gotta
great.
get that.
So great.
I was hoping that iTunes would have some sales on Godzilla films, but they really haven't. Like nothing.
That's surprising.
Yeah.
That's surprising. A bloody hunting hand.
Well, because usually, like when new movies like Godzilla and Kong come out, they'll have like a special, you know,
Yes.
like of like buy like a bunch of Godzilla films for like $5.99 or something. And that's what I was hoping, and I was going to pick up a few of the ones that people have been suggesting for me to get to add to my Godzilla collection. But no, they want to charge like $20. I'm like, yeah, I ain't paying $20.
Okay, Tony, trivia. What's this from?
Cunningham. Goddamn blithering Nazi pig.
Say it again.
Cunningham. Goddamn blithering Nazi pig.
Oh man,
Something.
I can see the
It's
guy's,
something like that.
I can see the guy's.
I'm pretty sure I'm in the ballpark of what he says.
I can see the guy's face.
Wonder if the chat room's going to know. I'll be surprised if the chat room knows, because I'll be impressed. I'll be impressed. Because it's not what you think of when you necessarily think of this movie. I know Tony knows it, and I know
the movie, and I can see the guy's face, and I'm drawing a fucking blank on the movie.
Cunningham, goddamn blithering Nazi pig.
The Great Escape. No,
it's not The Great Escape.
No.
Because the moment he says that, it pisses someone off in the scene.
That's right. That's right.
Because he says that.
It's they got it. They got it.
Oh, that's right. It is The Exorcist.
Yeah.
It's the party scene.
That's right.
It's the party scene.
They got it. Oh,
it's the party scene.
Of course, not.
It's the director of the movie.
Right.
In the movie that they're making in
That's
The Exorcist, that what's her name is starring.
That's right.
And he says it at the party. Yeah.
Goddamn
I was seeing the damn scene
pig.
in my head, and I'm like, why am I drawing a blank on this shit?
That's right.
Shit.
We should do it. We should do a
my all-time
show.
favorite horror movie, and I totally dropped the ball on that.
That's all right. That's all right. I'm sure there's some uber super fan out there could say something about Halloween. I'd be like, what? I'm like, oh. Godzilla's like, why? When I touch that, does it electrocute? He's always in this position. He's always got his hands. He's ready. He's ready to strike. And it's great that they have the helicopter behind him to give him some scale. You know what I mean? Just to show how big he is. And it's great.
Speaking of Dr. Loomis, because someone said Dr. Loomis in the chat room.
Here comes Kong. Why is he running like this?
Yeah, I don't know.
I picture him going, woo!
He's like... But I didn't realize that, and it makes sense because he totally plays it well. But Passover was this weekend, and my sister had on The Greatest Story Ever Told, and he plays Satan.
Oh, does he really?
Donald Pleasance plays Satan in The Greatest Story. I'm like, yep, that makes sense.
That totally makes sense.
It fits perfect.
100%. That makes sense. That does make sense.
And he's young. It was 1965, so he's about 13
Probably
years younger than he was in Halloween.
Probably in his late 30s, early 40s.
Well, yeah, because he was in his early 50s when he did Halloween?
Hey, Google. What year was Donald Pleasance born? 17?
Donald Pleasance was born on October 5th, 1919.
1919. So 10, 20, 30, 40. What year was The Great Escape?
The Greatest Story Ever Told.
Oh, sorry, The Greatest Story Ever Told.
1965.
So he's 46?
So yeah, about 45 when they filmed it. So yeah.
So yeah, he was closer to 60 when he did Halloween.
Yeah, everybody's in that movie. John Wayne, Donald Pleasance.
Yeah.
It's like back in the day when they made those episodic biblical movies, everybody was in the freaking film. Charlton Heston was in that movie.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
They don't make those types of movies anymore. Those episodic type movies like
No.
Ben-Hur, shit that our parents and why is he eating the power line? It's like, what is going on here?
Oh wait, I'm ahead of you now. I'm at 105.55. I just paused it.
I'm at 105.43.
Okay, let me know when you get to 55.
I had a commercial pop up. That's why.
Okay, no problem.
51, 52, 53, 54, 55. Go.
Great. Got it.
Why was he eating there? He's just sitting there eating them.
I know. Kong's going through that's a cool shot, actually.
It is.
I like the lighting on Kong there. That's actually a really cool shot. It
gives him scale.
Gives him scale. Yep.
Yeah.
Really cool shot. Hunting.
Loki, I agree. It's a really great film. It's just long. Like a lot, like I said, those films back in the day, man, they legit had like intermissions, like because their movies were so damn long.
They were.
And even the helicopter next to Kong there, it's great. I mean, like you said with Godzilla a few moments ago, in the faraway shot, it gives it the scale that you want to create the illusion that these are two giant monsters.
That's it. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, Frank, I would agree with that. JFK, the Oliver Stone film, was probably the last ensemble of actors, that type of episodic type film. That probably was the last one. Because that was another huge cast as well too. Great film. Love JFK. That's
JFK. Really yeah, 91. I think that was
really good film.
I think it was 91.
I'm just going to fucking punch this building and break it for no reason. Okay.
Yeah.
But this is like, Dave, if we do this is how we got to do it. We got to build like a whole miniature sound set, and just go all out.
Yeah, totally. That'd be fucking hilarious.
Oh, now Kong's got his girl.
Yep. He's eyeing her.
You horny little bastard.
Yeah, look at him. Look at Kong.
Look, he's batting his eyes.
He is. I think it'd be great if
she sounds like Jessica Lange saying "put me down," doesn't she?
She does a little bit. I think
if you remember when Jessica Lange does that in the film,
the
76, she sounds, this woman who's saying it sounds a lot. Well, I guess it would be reversed. This Jessica Lange sounds a lot like this woman.
I think it would be great if Kong just ate her. But
I wanted to say this during the stream for this show. The one thing I am disappointed on, and I thought would have been fun to do, regardless if you didn't like the 1998 Godzilla, regardless of how you feel about the 76 King Kong, I was really hoping for the celebrities to come out, like Jeff Bridges and Matthew Broderick and Jessica Lange, Team Godzilla, Team Kong, and all this stuff like that leading up to the release. None of that. Like nothing from any of these actors who've played in any of these movies. Now, I understand probably Broderick would have gotten some shit. People were like, oh, your Godzilla sucks, man. But it's not the point. Like, he would have been supporting Godzilla because he was in a Godzilla film. But we got none of that from any of these previous actors who have starred in these movies. I was kind of hoping to see a little bit of that.
Yeah, I think it's
fun,
Yep. I think it's largely because there was never a community built around the films in terms of like they're not connected to each other.
I get that.
Yeah, they didn't have the pop culture footprint that Star Wars had or something like that. So it's a cool thought, but I admit it never occurred to me, probably because of that reason. Look at this miniature of all these little.
I know.
You can tell, but it's so cool.
Kong's gonna climb his building.
What the hell's he climbing? What building is that?
I don't know. But Kong, he's got to get on top of a building.
He's got to get on top of a building to show his dominance. It's a dick measuring contest because he knows that we can't do it.
I just think, you would have created this
Kong's
nice fun hype around this fight between the two of them in this film. Jack Black, I totally agree, Draven G. Jack Black totally would have jumped on the whole party train of Team Kong.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
I love Jack Black. I think he's hilarious.
What's his name? That was also in there. Skinny guy, really super skinny dude. Adrian Brody. Who was the blonde in the because she's been in a few movies that I like. The blonde
Naomi Watts?
Is it Naomi Watts?
The girl? The main girl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Naomi Watts, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Naomi Watts.
Just like it would have been fun to see them all coming out, building up this fight hype. That's all. But
I understand.
Whatever.
I think Kong should just take her and bite her like at the torso and just and so blood is spurting out everywhere.
Dave's going dark and deep here.
Yes. Can you imagine?
You can imagine on set everyone looking at Dave like, wait, what?
What?
You
Yes.
want to do what?
Yes, Kong
Bite
just
her in
grabs
half.
her, looks at her adoringly as if, like, oh, that's so sweet. And then he just goes and bites up because he's a fucking primate, and that's realistically what he probably would do. Maybe not. I mean, maybe not, but they're all ready with these. So wait a minute. They're going to cause Kong to fall asleep with the
I
girl
guess
in
to
his
trap
hand.
him again to get him to Godzilla.
Yeah, but the girl is in his hand. If he falls, she'll be killed likely. Probably not. Look at this outfit.
It's epic.
It's fucking epic, man. Kong looks like oh.
How the hell did they get this recording?
It's a terrible ape suit. Like, even for 62, you think they could have come up with something better. Yeah, how did they get this recording? They're playing drums?
He's playing the chant that they were doing on Skull
I've
Island.
just-
I don't know if it's called Skull Island in this film, but
I've turned up my
That's what
volume
they
so
were
the
doing.
audience can hear it.
I want this song. I need to get this
Dude,
soundtrack.
I'm driving around in my car this summer with this song.
Exactly. This is my new summer jam.
Fucking right. Windows down, sunroof open. I am flying. Bum, 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 bum. You can tell he's holding a doll. A doll?
A
The doll? You can tell he's holding the doll. The woman's not even moving. I'll just say that the woman is so scared. She's not moving. That's what's happening right now.
No, Warren Armour. That was Faye Dunaway. And I think that might have been Faye Dunaway's first movie, Bonnie and Clyde with Warren Beatty. Not 100%
Dunaway?
sure if it was her first film that he was asking was Jessica Lange. Because I think Jessica Lange's first movie was King Kong.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
And I think Faye Dunaway, her, I'm not 100% sure if Bonnie and Clyde was her first film, but she's Bonnie in that movie.
Yeah, no, Faye Dunaway. She's still alive. She's 80 now.
Who?
Faye Dunaway.
Yes.
I should have said she's 80 now. Who? Jessica Lange. She's 80. No,
Jessica Lange, well, she's up there. She's got to be in her 70s at least.
probably close
I mean,
to
the
it,
movie's
yeah.
40 years old.
Bonnie and Clyde was not her first film. Her first film was
That's why I wasn't 100% sure if Faye Dunaway's. She was young because she was a teenager,
Yep.
I think, in Bonnie and Clyde.
no. Bonnie and Clyde was 67. Dunaway was born in 41, so she was 21, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Early
6,
20s.
26.
26.
Yeah.
What was her first film, though?
Her first film was 1967. It's called Hurry Sundown. That was her first film. She'd had 2 appearances on 2 TV series before that, but Hurry
Well,
Sundown.
Bonnie and Clyde came out in 67.
Yep.
So I guess it depends on the release, which would have been her first movie.
That's true. The release of Hurry Sundown was February 67. And Bonnie and Clyde
Probably was that summer. Seems like it would have been a summer movie for them back
Yeah.
in the 60s.
August.
Yeah. So I was close. It was
You're
one
close.
movie. I knew it was something like that. It was close to, like,
okay, you know.
close to her first film. So it was her
It's
second
all
film.
right. You were close. It's all right. Sylvester Stallone.
And she's hot in that as Bonnie. Faye Dunaway in that movie, she's really hot.
Yeah. I just can you imagine? Can you imagine this movie, King Kong versus Godzilla, narrated by a
Rocky.
70s Sylvester Stallone.
Doing the
70s
Rocky voice.
70s Rocky. So what we got here? We got the big ape and we got Godzilla and they fight each other, you know. Just trying to each other and they gotta get this thing and you pick up the girl. That's what she's gonna do, you know.
Adrian.
It's just a girl. The girl's name is Adrian. Can you imagine? So he's a big ape guy, you know. I think I could probably take him.
With some guest narrations from Arnold.
Yeah, come on.
Come on, get into the chopper.
Put that girl down.
That would be fun. Could you just imagine those two narrating this film? That would be fun.
That
Like, give
would
them all
be
the alcohol in the world
amazing.
and just let them go.
Amazing. But it's got to be like 70s Stallone and Arnold. You know, I mean, now they're still, but you know, it's got to be like 70s. Look at that miniature. That's so good.
It is. If I had to rank the Kong girls, the beauties.
Oh, you're ranking the Kong women now.
I'd have to, oh, man, it's tough between Naomi Watts and Jessica Lange, and that's not an easy choice.
I think
they're both very, very, very attractive women.
Okay, so for
I can't,
me,
who's the first one?
For me,
33.
I don't know.
Shit. How do I not, Tony? How do you not know that? Fucking fail.
Well, look it up. I can look it up quickly if you want.
I gotta look it up.
Hang on.
I'm drawing a blank on her name.
Is this...
Brie Larson would be at the bottom of the list from Kong Skull Island. She's last. Fay Ray.
Fay Ray, that's it. Yeah.
I knew that. Tony.
Yeah, she's pretty.
She is. For
Wow, she died just 17 years ago at the age
Fay
of
Ray?
96. Yeah.
Yeah. She had a
She lived
good
a long life.
Very good long life.
Hey, she was Canadian. I didn't know that.
Good old Canadian girl.
She was Canadian.
It'd be a toss-up between Jessica Lange and Naomi Watts. That's a hard choice. And then after that would be Fay Ray.
Fay Ray is
she's
cute.
then Brie Larson. If we're gonna count her, I don't know if we're gonna count her or not, but
No, I don't think. Oh, there she is.
I mean, she's in Kong Skull Island. They have a little bit of a connection. He saves her, whatever.
Amazing.
Oh, that's right, Linda Hamilton too. Thanks, Frank. Yeah, from King Kong Lives. So she would be above Brie Larson. So she would be.
But I think we're talking about the classics. Like
The
we're not
classic
talking
Kong girl that Kong.
Yeah,
gets
we're
the
not talking
girl.
about the female lead in the movies.
Yeah,
We're talking
no,
about. So
yeah,
I
I'm
wouldn't
talking about,
include.
we're talking about like the beauty.
Right. I wouldn't include Hamilton. And I wouldn't include Brie Larson. We're talking about the three. And for me, now I'm not. I'm more partial to brunettes than I am blondes, of course. So that's it's not that I don't find blondes attractive, but you know how everybody has the preferences, or whatever, right, or what you're attracted to. But that being said, I think if it was Jessica Lange, very attractive, of course, certainly 1976, absolutely, even today. But I think I would be probably partial to Naomi Watts. I think
I get it. Naomi Watts is a beautiful woman. She's gorgeous. That's why it's tough to choose between
if you're just
the two
basing
of
it
them.
on looks.
Yeah.
I was reading this. This is interesting. In 2004, this is from
This
Wikipedia.
scene kills me.
Oh shit! I'm not watching. What's going on?
With Kong on the fucking balloon strings.
Oh, it's great. It's great. It's fucking great.
Someone said in the chat, and I get it. It's the greatest scene ever.
It is the greatest scene ever. Now, what is Godzilla doing? Like he's just like
He just looks like he's looking for flowers or
he
something.
does. Looks like he's just looking at the ground. I don't know what he's doing. He's walking aimlessly near
Kong's
this.
like, don't drop me, man.
He
What
is.
the fuck? Like,
He
I
is.
ain't going through this shit again.
Listen to this. In 2004, Ray was approached by director Peter Jackson to appear in a small cameo for the 2005 remake of King Kong. She met with Naomi Watts, who was to play the role of Anne Darrow. She politely declined the cameo and claimed that the original Kong was the true king before the filming of the remake commenced. Ray died in her sleep of natural causes on August 8th, 2004.
Oh, that sucks. It would have been cool to see her in a
Would've
cameo.
been cool.
Yeah.
Cool. But she was already very old by then too, so maybe she was like, "Argh."
I could just picture her 90-plus-year-old self saying, "My king is the real king."
Yeah, that'd be awesome, and that's cute. That's a cute. And so she should feel that way.
Here we go. The Battle of Mount
Here
Fuji.
it is. Look at Kong. He looks like a gangster there, and he's coming around that thing like he looks like he's dancing. It looks like he's about to bust out some gangster rap or something. I don't know. It's just the way he's walking. He's got this hip hop kind of swagger, but he does. He had like that swagger to him. You know what I mean?
Poor
Like it was
guy
some
in
kind
the
of
costume.
music video. It was like epic. Had like that swagger. Like he's pimping or something. Like he's just needs some chains and a hat and a pimp stick. I don't know. How is Godzilla this dumb? Come on, turn around. Oh yeah, there we
He's
are.
looking at the tail like.
I know.
Oh man,
This is great. The fight has commenced, ladies
there
and
we
gentlemen.
go. Finally, damn. What are we at? The hour and 20-minute mark. Fuck.
Yes, we are. The fight is on, ladies and germs.
I would have said for 1962, that would be my one disappointment with this movie, that it took an hour and 20 minutes for them to finally go at it with each other.
Yeah.
Because that tidbit you got at the beginning was nothing. He threw a couple rocks at Godzilla, and Godzilla breathed his breath on him, and that's it. Godzilla smacks that rock back like a fucking baseball.
It was the pregame show. Now they are fighting. They're tackling each other. And come here, you son of a bitch.
There we go.
It's close-ups. Like they're hugging, trying to make out or something. That's right, Kong. What do you think of that fire, bitch? Now, what are these suction cups? This thing is...
I don't know. He's like...
Yeah. Look at that fake helicopter. Look at that film camera. It's like probably 16 mil, maybe even.
Oh, yeah. I would say it has to be easily.
Yeah. Just punching him. Look at this. This is better than some UFC fights I've seen.
This is better than modern day WWE.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I'd watch this over that.
Absolutely. This is gonna be me and Dave. We're gonna be just rolling around freaking
That's
Banff
right.
National Park.
That's right. That's right.
People are gonna be like, "What the hell is going on?"
What the hell is going on?
For those who don't know, Banff is this like episodic looking.
Oh, Banff. You mean Banff?
Banff, whatever.
Oh, that's in
called,
Alberta, though. That's in Alberta.
It's, it's worth a drive. You could have the mountains behind us. You kidding me? That'd be
That's a
epic.
long drive from here.
Look it up. It's a great place in Canada.
Oh yeah. It's
very
like
photographic.
It's like our Yellowstone sort of kind of thing. Oh, it's gorgeous.
What the hell
It's a
happened to
gorgeous park.
Kong? You're a little bit stronger than that, dude. You hit your head on some rocks. Get up.
Smashed his head. Godzilla's looking at him
LeBron
like,
James
that's
with a
it?
sprained ankle. Now he's out
That's
for the
it?
season.
He's out for the season because of a sprain.
For LeBron fans out there, MJ came back from a broken foot.
It's just funny the way. It's just funny the way you said that. It's funny the way you said that. But it's the way you say it, like, he sprained his ankle, now he's out. Like, it's because of the way Kong looks too. Kong looks like, just in this movie, he looks like an inept, useless stooge because of the costume. And Godzilla just looks like he's I don't know.
Tail whacking him.
He is. He's tail whacking him.
The dude in the costume must be like, this is.
Oh my! Now that was some stop motion there.
Yeah,
the kick. That was totally some stop motion. Kong's out again.
That's stop motion right there too. That kick.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Kong's out again. He's out. He's under these rocks. He's getting hit in the face.
Oh, that's right. This is when they introduce him to the lightning, and he gets his strength from lightning.
Yeah, which I never quite understood, but
you and me both, man. I don't know where they got that from.
Kong's just a drunk.
I really don't know.
Kong in this movie would walk into a door.
Kong's like Norm from Cheers right now. He's just drunk, drinking his beer.
Oh my God, this is great. This is so good. Yeah. Grant McGowan, he says Kong needs a pizza. He does. Warren Armour says Kong walking to the Bee Gees, staying alive. Yeah. Frank, Jerry.
Yeah, right. It looks like an episode of Jerry Springer.
Does. I mean, if it wasn't for the lightning, Kong would be dead right now. Kong is about to be burned alive. Look at all that. And the lightning. And he sits up like Michael Myers.
He does. He does.
Goes
Maybe
after
that's where Nick
Godzilla.
Castle got his idea.
Oh, now he's got this lightning. You see,
His face is glowing.
they had to introduce this. They had to introduce elements that are not naturally part of Kong's character to be able to compete.
And now he's electrocuting Godzilla.
And the forest is on fire. There's fucking flames
He's
everywhere.
force flashing him right now.
He is.
Force lightning.
Godzilla's just uses fire again. Why isn't he using his fire? Here we go. Are they heading towards the cliff? I think they are.
Yeah, we're just about at the end.
Oh no, wait, they have to come to that like Japanese is it like a tower? I love
right,
this.
We're right there. It's
okay.
like right, yeah,
He's shoving the tree into his mouth.
I know.
Yeah, we're coming to it. Here we go. Are we? No, not yet. Whoa! Kong! Where did that come from? Fucking like flipped Godzilla all the way over. Epic. Holy cow.
That was like a suplex, man.
What?
Not a suplex. Or, what do they call that WWE move?
I forget.
Where they
But
flip
I know what
over
you're
like
saying.
that.
This is great. This is epic.
A back body drop, I think, is what the proper term would be called.
Something like that. This is intense. Yeah, there's that. There it is. Yeah, so they're making.
Boy, they
their
are
way over there.
destroying that little village.
They are. Now wait a second here. There's only 3 minutes left in this stream.
I know.
I think Is this the
no?
whole
It's almost
movie?
over. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
gonna go
yeah,
tumbling down the mountain, and,
Oh, that's
and
right.
that's
That's
it.
right. That's right. I was just gonna say, are we gonna miss the ending here?
German suplex. Yeah, thanks.
Here we go.
Dave.
Oh, the tail. Here it comes. Oh. Kong's kicking fucking rock. He doesn't even look like a primate. Now he looks like a guy in a suit kicking rocks. Here it is. Yes. Look at that. But it's so cool though. Like it's miniatures, but I mean it's great.
This is the epic shot, the still image of them destroying this building.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, it's
right.
an iconic photo too.
Yeah, it is.
For the time, anyways.
Yes. I don't think this is going to make it to the end. I mean, it is. Oh, wait, no, there we go. There they go. There they go. They're going over. Oh, into that. That would have caused a fucking tsunami, man. Right into the water. Look at the miniatures on the cliff there with like the water and the buildings. It's so cool.
That's what you and I got to do right off the mountain in Banff.
That's right. That's right.
You and I, we're just going to go tumbling down off the mountain. Costumes should protect us. We'll
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Yeah, it causes a massive disruption. There it comes. There comes the water.
And then Kong gets up, and then that's it. He walks off.
Yeah, Kong. He's the one that Kong rises from the water. Well, right now they're just showing all this land, like this mudslide.
Mudslide looks like a tsunami.
Shit, just like yeah. That they've shaken the earth to its core. They've shaken this side of Japan or wherever they are. Last minute to play the third period. There are the bubbles coming up. They're like, who is that? And it turns out
Boy,
to
they
be
destroyed a lot.
it's King Kong. Where's Godzilla?
Kong is swimming safely out to sea. No Godzilla.
That's it. You just see King Kong walking off, and that's it.
wonderful.
Yeah.
I hope we've seen the last of them for a long time.
Godzilla has disappeared without a trace. As for King Kong, our international communication satellite is following him.
Godzilla has disappeared without a trace.
And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the 1962. See, English version. John, I tell you, I want the John Beck cut. That's what I want.
John Beck cut.
I think we should
start that hashtag.
I think we should start the John Beck verse. The universe. That's what I want. John Beck universe.
John Beck.
I think we got all the super chats that came in thus far. Let me just double check.
Indeed.
Why does it do that? No, I didn't get them all, actually. I could see that I didn't. Let me just go back, and I have to go into my studio here. My YouTube studio. I don't know why when I click over, I hope they get that worked out because it's a pain in the ass. 1 second, guys. Let me just go over here and then go to here and then go to here. There we are. Got that one. Sean Sheridan sends in €5. Says, which do you think is better, Halloween or Black Christmas? I think Black Christmas is better tension, and ever saw The Crow? This is like 3 questions in one. Yes, I've seen The Crow. It's a great movie. I haven't seen it in years.
Means Brandon Lee's The Crow, right?
I would assume so. It's the only Crow I know of. And which is better, Black Christmas or Halloween? Well, my favorite horror movie of all time is Halloween. But they're two very different. They're similar movies. You can compare them, but they're different at the same time. Halloween is my favorite movie, so I take that for my favorite horror movie. Excuse me. So take that for what it's worth. I mean, I think Black Christmas is more of an acquired taste. It's even slower than Halloween, and Halloween is slow. It's a slow burn, and Black Christmas is a much slower film. So it's an acquired taste for a lot of people, you know. But I love it. I think the nuance of that movie is fantastic, and the eeriness of the calls and Billy and the environment and stuff. It's just a different film, but yeah, it's hard to compare them because they're different in so many ways too. But Halloween is my favorite horror movie. And then I think that's it. I think we got the rest. Oh, wait. Blood Red Sky says also The Cat in the Hat from 2003 is also getting spammed with 10-star ratings every day. Yeah, I don't understand. Oh, IMDb's been a joke for years. I mean, I remember
was The Cat in the Hat getting spammed because of all the BS that happened with canceling Dr. Seuss? I
guess. I have no idea. All I know is that that I remember people would I remember working for Rogers Video. Now, for my American friends who don't know what that is, that was basically Canada's Blockbuster. Now, we had Blockbuster here in Canada too. We had them all over the place, just like you guys did down there. But we also had another big chain called Rogers Video, and Rogers and a Blockbuster would go head to head. And I remember in the early 2000s, when I was first starting my career, obviously as any actor does or whatever, you have a job before you whatever. Some people wait tables, and I didn't want to wait tables, so I got a job at a video store. And
I did too.
There you go. And it was Blockbuster or Rogers. I applied both to Blockbuster and to Rogers. But Rogers, I don't know if I heard back from Blockbuster. They may not have been hiring. But anyway, I heard back from Rogers Video, and I was hired. And I worked there for a couple of years. Now, this is 17, 18 years ago. And I remember then telling people, and this is before YouTube, and I remember then telling people, take the IMDb ratings with a grain of salt, because in our computers at the cache, we could bring up IMDb. They actually it was the only thing we could bring up. We couldn't surf the web. We couldn't bring up, Google or anything, or Yahoo or whatever, but we had there was a little link, whatever it was an icon to IMDb, and being a video store, they felt that, well, that would probably be of some value because we need to look up titles for customers or, whatever, or info or whatever. And I remember, because I think that was around the time that I first got onto IMDb, and it was really cool because I was showing everybody, hey, I got my IMDb page. It was kind of cool. But anyway, so I remember people would be like, well, what's the rating on IMDb? And I used to tell people, well, here's what it is, but take that with a grain of salt, because there's no screening process. So I could go on IMDb right now, have never seen this movie, and rate it a 1 out of 10 because I'm a fucking dick, because I'm a douchebag, because I'm spiteful, because I'm a moron, because I'm a juvenile piece of crap. And I could go on and bomb it 10 out of 10 under 500 fake accounts because I'm a douchebag, because I'm spiteful, because I'm a sore loser, and because my movie
Kong and Godzilla versus Kong right now.
Right,
Literally.
exactly. But I could do that. And when I told them that, they said, oh, like I think because I think this is before Rotten Tomatoes, or Rotten Tomatoes was very early on. I think they somehow felt that the IMDb rating was somehow like an accumulative kind of rating. They didn't realize that it was member driven and it fluctuated. There was like a scale, like 1 minute could be this, next minute could be that. They didn't realize that. So I told them that. They're like, oh. So I said, no, it's a benchmark. Like it's you take it with a grain of salt, because most people are generally going to rate something how they genuinely feel. And every now and then you get people bombing shit for, whatever. Like I remember when The Dark Knight didn't quite pass Shawshank or something, and then you had people like bombing, Shawshank to bring it down. It just doesn't, I don't get it. I don't get it. Anyway, so this don't trust IMDb ratings has always been there. It's a thing that's always been there, because morons who are sore losers can go on there and do that. Now, but at the same time, whose fault is that? The loser or IMDb that allows it? I mean, at least with and I don't know how successful this is, and I don't know the details of this, but I believe on Rotten Tomatoes now, they have like that. They have the audience score and the critics score. I think the audience score needs to be verified, if I'm not mistaken. Like I think you have to prove through a ticket stub or a photo of your ticket or something like that. There's something they're trying to do their best to try and get like people they feel at least there's a higher probability that they've seen the movie, but that still doesn't mean that they're being truthful. You can show that I've seen the movie and still give a rating because you're a sore ass loser. You know what I mean? And you could still do that. But generally speaking, ratings are, pretty much what the movie probably is generally. But the problem with fandom is that you run into these kinds of situations where there's usually a situation that lasts a couple of weeks or whatever it is, where people get their knickers in a twist, as the old saying, is, and they get angry and they're sore losers and they decide to just, and it's like, it doesn't mean anything. I don't know who these kids are. And I say kids because I don't understand it. It's like the people that, well, there's so many examples of it. I just don't, and I didn't realize it was like this until I started doing this YouTube channel. I didn't realize, and there's good sides of fandom. Don't get me wrong.
I stopped doing YouTube.
Right. And don't get me wrong. There are amazing things to fandom. And, I would like to believe, because I don't know any of you in the chat, but I would like to believe that all you guys are awesome. Right. And, you get it. You understand it. You get it. You're mature. You don't think, you don't take things too seriously. But I am so, it's mind boggling to me at the immaturity of fandom. And it's like, I don't get it. Like, who are these? I come from a world where I watch a movie. It didn't go my way, so I'm like, oh, that sucks. I really was hoping they'd do this. That's too bad. Like I said at the beginning of the show, I bitch about it with my friends, or, we come on here with Tony or whatever. We're like, it's kind of sucks. And then it's done. And then I move on. Like, I don't feel this need to hashtag and, downvote. And like, I mean, I just don't get it. Well, maybe it's because I'm 41. I don't know.
I just don't spend my time on the internet.
That's it too.
If I thumbs up your video, like I thumbs up your trailer the other day, but I never comment. I don't comment on it. I like it. I'm done. Plus, I already talked to you privately about it. I got to see the trailer before everybody.
There's nothing wrong. Like there's nothing wrong with expressing your dislike for a movie online, in a blog, on a video. 100%. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. It's just that extra step. It's that extra step where now it becomes almost like, it becomes real, like ghetto. Like, I hate to say it, but like, guys, bombing like these actors online and yelling. It's like, guys, come on. Like, unless you really have, 4 bricks shy of load, and then you're like, well, I mean, it's that person. Then it's kind of like, well, they don't really all have their marbles. But if you're like a sensible, what the fuck are you doing? Like, come on, grow up. Come on, it's a fucking movie, man. These are real people. And don't blame that. Like, come on, like, it's very tacky to me. It's just very like bottom of the barrel to me. But thankfully, there's a lot of good things about fandom too. And that's what I try to focus on, but sometimes it's hard, man. Sometimes it's hard. Let's see. Bud Gumperson sends in a super chat. Thanks, Bud. Says, quick question. How will the advanced screening work for It's Me, Billy, and any updates on when it will be? Can't wait for Dave Zilla versus Tony Kong. I love that. That's awesome. No words yet. So obviously the film is still in post-production. It's being color graded right now. The movie comes out May 28th. We're hoping to show the advanced screening. What day is May 28th? I knew
it's
this.
Friday, because my birthday's on a Saturday.
Friday,
this
right?
year.
Okay, so we're hoping, ideally, a couple of weeks prior. If not, though, maybe that week, like maybe the Monday or the Tuesday with the official release on the Friday. We're still working that out. Bruce is coming over this Saturday. We're working on, because we're going to be tackling the end credits. We have, of course, other people working on the color for the film, the color grading. Our DP is working on that as we speak. I'm fine-tuning the sound, of course, and Bruce is coming over on Saturday, and one of the things we're going to tackle is the end credits, because we've started that process now to get that in there. So we're constantly sharing project files back and forth, and things are moving. And one of the things that I want to talk about is kind of to because we have to reach out to Greg as well and make sure that we can have the film sort of done by then, and it's go time. It's a very intense time. So it's possible that some McRae lives might be canceled through the month of April, just because we got a lot of things happening. Just keep that in mind. So no concrete date yet, but have it in the back of your mind. For those of you that have picked up that perk, have it in the back of your mind. May, 2 weeks before May 28th, a week before May 28th. Try not to schedule anything major in and around that time that cannot be moved. You know what I mean? Like you're planning this big vacation. Of course, who's doing that now because of, COVID or whatever. But just keep that in the back of your mind. Okay, middle of May, moving towards the end of May, somewhere in there is what we're kind of thinking. But we'll know, as soon as we know, you'll know. And that is definitely on the agenda. Because we want to get that done. But the screening will be over Zoom. So we will give everybody a Zoom link, private Zoom link, and you'll be able to come in, and that's how you'll watch the movie that way with us, of course. So, I mean, obviously it's not going to be the best quality. It'll be pretty good because we're going to be sharing the film that way, and you'll be able to see it. But that's how we'll handle that. We're still working that out. Yeah. Okay. Danny L sends in a $5 super chat. Says, if Michael dies and H ends, do you think they will try to find a way to destroy his heart or demolish his entire body? I don't know.
What was that question?
If Michael dies and Halloween ends, do you think they will try to find a way to destroy his heart or demolish his entire body? I don't know.
They're going to blow him up like fucking Jason Goes to Hell style. And then Loomis is going to come back from the dead and eat his heart. Can
you imagine? Oh my God. That'd be brutal.
I don't know. They'll probably do something. I don't know. I don't know how Halloween ends is going to end.
I don't know either. I don't know. Southpaw 82, $5 super chat. Thanks, Southpaw. I'm very worried that Halloween Kills will go full on Friday 13th and have no suspense at all. Well, I can tell you it is going to be more violent. It's going to be gorier and more violent.
It's going to be a good Halloween. I got a good feeling about this one, but I'm not trying to overhype myself because when I do that, then I'm just let down.
I understand.
So, but my gut feeling is from all things that I'm seeing and hearing, I'm feeling it.
Yeah, and I mean it'll be more violent for sure. It will. I'll be curious to see what it's like and what people think. I think did I get them all? I think I did get all the super chats at the moment.
I think you did. Someone, Michael Myers been asking us throughout the stream tonight, have we seen the movie Unhinged? I have not seen that. That's the Russell Crowe movie.
Yes, I haven't seen that yet, but that's one that my girlfriend and I want to watch because we think it's just
on my
fun.
watch list as well too.
Yes, I have to watch that Unhinged. I still haven't watched that, and I want to watch the Gerard Butler one, Greenland. I want to watch that one too, the apocalyptic one, or like a meteor hits or whatever. I want to watch that one. I just haven't watched it yet because I've been so fucking busy. Where are we here? Where's everybody? There we are. Number one Wonder Fan says, Dave and Tony, did you hear that Stallone is voicing King Shark in the Suicide Squad? I did, just because of the marketing for it. I found that out because everybody was talking about it and sharing it. I did hear that. Yeah. I don't know much about I know so little about these universes, guys, that is this Suicide Squad, what is it? Is it a remake of the 2016 movie? Is it a sequel to the 2016 movie? Is it some alternate universe to the 2016 movie?
It's a sequel.
What is it? Like I'm totally confused.
I don't know. I know Harley Quinn's in it, and that's all I know.
Yeah,
that's where it ends for me.
I know it's directed by James Gunn. I know that. I know it, but I don't understand chronologically, continuity wise. Is it a remake? Are they trying to have their cake and eat it too? And it's like, well, it's kind of a remake, but it's kind of a sequel. We just wanted to pretend that the 16 movie didn't work, and we're gonna. I don't know. What is it? That's literally what they sound like. No, it's not.
You know how they should kill Michael on the ends? Just fucking shove Viagra down his throat.
Jeff Harris says sequel and soft reboot. I hate that. So it's kind of a sequel, but we're just not going to acknowledge the first movie, but we're just going to kind of a reboot, and we're just going to tell you to pretend that the other one didn't exist.
Oh, so they're pulling a Jamie Lee. Okay, I got it.
I guess so. I don't know. Okay.
Retconning the whole series.
Yeah, I never saw the last Suicide Squad. I mean, I always say it because I think it was cool. I had a chance to be on the set of the 2016 movie because a buddy of mine was a PA and he knew some other people that were there. So I had a chance to go down and be on the set for the night they were shooting the Batman on the top of the Joker's car. That was shot right downtown Toronto. Cool. But I've never seen the movie. I never saw the movie. So all I know is
saw
that
it once. It was all right.
I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know. Danielle sends in a super chat, says, it's just Suicide Squad getting a second chance. Well, yeah, this is fucking Hollywood, man. And people buy it. They don't care. There's no standards anymore. People don't have any standards. They don't care. It's just, they'll buy it. They could, it's so funny to me. They could literally, and I say this with genuine affection. I do, because I wish there's part of me that actually, and I sincerely mean this. I know you're going to seem like I'm mocking you. I'm really not, guys. I sincerely kind of mean this. There's a kind of a, it's no secret. I'm a bit of a tough cookie when it comes to, I'm picky, I'm a bit of a tight ass. Cookie. Well, it's true. I'm a bit of a tight ass when it comes to, horror and things. I'm very picky.
You're not into comic book movies.
But same with movies. I mean, most horror movies I don't watch because I think they look like crap. And I'm very picky. It takes me a lot to watch a horror movie. I'm very picky. And some, you can claim that as purist. You can claim that as, pretentious, whatever you want to say. I know as I've gotten older, I've gotten more picky and things less appeal to, they don't appeal. I understand that. I do. I get it. I'll own it. But I have to admit, there's a part of me that's kind of like they could end Halloween Ends. And they could reboot Halloween the next year. And there is a selection of fans out there that would buy into it hook, line, and sinker and be like, yeah, woo! And I'm like, oh, I don't get it. Like, I wish I could, there's part of me that wishes I could get that excited over everything. There are people that get that excited over and I think that's the one thing I admire. And I sincerely mean this. I'm not mocking or making fun. when I look at certain people that talk about everything, right? Like you'll have like, your John Campias, or you'll have your, whatever, right? And just name.
Oh, they get like super uber excited about it.
Well, yeah,
I know what you're saying. I agree. I wish I could get that way.
I mean, like they get excited about everything. Like every movie that's coming out, or every TV show, and every this and every that, and this and this and this and this and this and this and that. And I'm just like, I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. I've never even heard of this stuff. I don't even know. And I just don't care. And there's a part of me that actually thinks, I wish it must be so cool to be excited about everything. You know what I mean? And
I just watched Dr. What did
Sleep.
I just watch? Sleep. Thank you.
Dr.
I can't even fucking tell you the title of the movie. Yeah. That's just goes to show you.
Yeah.
I just fucking watched that. I mean, like I hear what you're saying. I don't, unless it's like obviously Kong versus Godzilla, and I am going to watch it on HBO Max again on Wednesday when it's re-released here, even though I've already seen it. Yeah. I enjoyed it. It's one of my favorite films that I've seen in a long time. It's just a fun movie. I am going to see Halloween Kills. I am going to see The Conjuring when it first comes out.
Same.
But I'm not going to see every single movie. You know what I mean?
Well, like, and look, there's
the way it is.
Totally understand. And I don't watch, and I mentioned Campia because he's one of the bigger people in the
I get
space.
what you're saying with
and I don't watch him. I used to watch him more way back in the day when it was AMC Movie Talk, way back in the day. I used to tune into that because I thought it was on that. Yeah, it was a very quick way to get updated news very quick. And I would usually do it when I was having some lunch between voiceover sessions or whatever. I don't watch John so often anymore. But that being said, whether you like him or not becomes irrelevant. I couldn't care less whether.
Neck of the woods too?
Sorry?
Isn't he from your neck of the woods too?
He is. He's from Hamilton, Ontario, which is only about about 35 minutes from Toronto. So I've been to Hamilton many times, just down the street for all intents and purposes. But whatever your opinions are of him, I'm talking about, them. In general, I couldn't care less. The guy puts so much effort. Now, he doesn't talk a lot about horror, and you can certainly tell that he doesn't talk about. He talks about the mainstream stuff.
That well either,
no, and that's fair. But the stuff he does talk about, he talks about it with the same vigor and the same intensity. Everything. It's like he's but that's his job. I mean, this is his job. It's his full-time job. It's what he does. He has to know this. He has to be up on everything because that's his job. So I understand that, right? But I get a kick out of it. I do. I sit back and I watch some of these people and I'm just like, man, I wish I think what it is there's a childlike innocence to it. And I say that with the utmost affection. I think maybe maybe not, because I still think there's a kid in me too. But maybe over the years I've become a little more jaded. I don't know. I just wish I could see it through the same lens a lot of these people see it through and get excited about everything. That doesn't mean I'm going to like everything. I don't mean that. I don't mean they like everything. I just mean that they get excited about everything. And it's like every show and this show and that show and DC and Marvel and Star Wars and Star Trek and this and that and Kong and this. It's everything. More. And I'm just like, I don't get it. I'm just like, I'm not there, but I say with absolute sincerity, there's a coolness to it. I'm like, wow, man, that's like, holy shit. Like I wish, I see a horror movie trailer and there are some horror channels out there like, and I'm just like, looks like dog shit. Looks like fucking ass. And I know, I still to this day have never seen The Nun. Why? Because I knew it would be ass. And you know what? By all accounts, from everybody that's seen it, it's ass. So I didn't watch it. I don't feel that because I'm a horror guy, I've got to watch everything. I'm a pretty good judge when I see a trailer or marketing. I'm a pretty good judge going, that's run of the mill. That's cookie cutter. That's by the numbers. I know why they're doing that. Don't need to see it. And I don't bother seeing it. And it's no disrespect. I would never tell somebody not to see something because I don't think that's fair to the artist. I don't think that's fair to the filmmakers. I don't think that's fair to them at all. I think if I saw a movie and I would tell you if I thought it was crap or garbage, I didn't like it, but I would never tell you not to see it. because you need to make up your own mind and you need to judge it for yourself because you could watch it and fucking love it. And it's fair to the artist that they get that opportunity. That they get that opportunity to have their work seen. But it's just cool. It's just cool. Like I some of the questions I get and some of the, the messages I get, which obviously I can't, respond to everybody. But it's the passion, man. It's so cool. Like my hat goes off to you guys that whatever it is that you have where you're just excited about everything, don't ever lose it. Sincerely, don't lose it. I don't care if you think Halloween 5 is the greatest fucking movie ever made, fucking own it and be proud of it. Like, sincerely, that's fucking amazing. You just love it all. I think it's amazing. It's cool. I wish I could get there. It's just cool. It's very cool. But I'm more picky today. I think I have higher standards, perhaps, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Did something come in? Frank? What's Frank saying here?
Message.
I agree, Dave. I have no desire to watch It's Me, Billy. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. See, Frank knows what I'm talking about. That fucking shitty trailer that dropped the other day for It's Me, Billy. I watched that.
You got a lot of positive feedback.
I watched that and I thought to myself, you know what? I don't want to fucking see this gigantic. Oh, wait, my movie. Oh, wait. Hang on a sec. No. But I love it.
I was happy to see that too. I'm glad you didn't get any ass clowns in the comment section. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it was
it's
good
nice.
to see it was good to see the positive support.
It is nice.
You know how it is. I mean, with social media now, everybody's got a fucking nitpick and fucking like, well, you should have done this. I get it fucking once a week. I told you the ass clowns like, I want you to have Freddy coming through the window or coming through the wall. I'm like, well, fucking build me the set, find me a stunt man. I'll be happy to take that picture for you.
I know. Yeah.
But it was good to see that you didn't get any fucking idiot trolls.
Not so far. I mean, no, it is nice. It's nice. And look, I mean, as I've said many times, look, some people are going to love It's Me, Billy. Others are going to be disappointed by it. And why do I say that? I don't say that because I'm not confident. I'm saying it because it's movies. It's fans. I mean, there's bound to be somebody out there that's going to watch and go, yeah, it was okay. You know what I mean? I mean, that's bound to happen. There's somebody out there somewhere that has watched The Shawshank Redemption and went, yeah, it's okay. I mean, that's just art. That's movies, right? So
much is. We're all not going to agree on what we like.
100%. But it is.
That's why I said I'm not sure if you're going to like Hell House. I really don't know. I don't know because of everything you just described. I don't know. I enjoyed it. I liked the first one.
Yeah.
I thought the second one was better. I finally saw the second one over the weekend. And I was like, this is good. I'm looking forward to see what the third one brings when I get around to watching it at some point. But it's a creative, modern day horror movie. And I enjoyed it. Will you like it?
I don't know.
To be determined.
I like Jim Dorsey saying, It's Me, Billy is a cash grab. I love that.
Totally is cash grab.
I love it. Totally
He's gonna make no money from it.
It's total cash grab. No, but it was nice to see. And you never know. I mean, when I had the trailer all lined up, on all the different socials, and at 9:00 a.m. I'm just going post, because I prep it the night before. So when I get up, I was up at about 7:30 in the morning, had some breakfast,
cereal?
Yes, had some cereal.
What was it today? Because I know you love your cereal.
I didn't have cereal this morning, but the other day when last Friday when I launched a trailer, I think I had was Honey Bunches of Oats.
Honey Bunches of Oats.
But I prepped the night before, so everything is ready to go. And then at 9:00, I just come in and I go post. I go to the different tabs. I just go post. And then you let the chips fall where they may. And I mean, we feel good. Like, we felt good about the teaser. We felt good about the trailer. But you never know how people are going to respond to it. Are people going to like what they saw? Are people going to agree with how it ends? Are people going to like who knows? I have no idea. But you let the chips fall where they may. But it was nice to see such a positive reception. And hopefully people will feel that way when they watch the movie. If you're a big fan of as I've always said, if you're a big fan of the original Black Christmas, I think it's a foregone conclusion you will really enjoy this follow-up because it's the same style, the same kind of pacing, the same mood and atmosphere. Like it's an homage. It's the sequel. We're playing in that universe. It's not the 06 movie. It's not the 19 film. We're playing in that universe. And one of the things that I wanted to see from Halloween 2018, and you remember me saying this, that because it's a direct, and I understand why they didn't, but I don't have to play by those rules because this isn't a theatrical release and it's not making any money. There's no studio breathing down my neck. So there's no expectations in that regard. So I don't have to play by, no, we got to make it more for today's audiences. I don't have to play by those rules, right? So, but with 18, one of the critiques that I had was because it's a direct sequel to the original Halloween, I wanted to see more continuity carried over in style and feeling and pacing and, and mood and, suspense and that kind of stuff. There was very little of that carried over. I understand why. It's not a bad movie. It's not a terrible movie, but there were those expectations I had that I didn't think were unrealistic. When we look at the Black Christmas film, it has a certain style, a certain flavor to it, right? A certain feel. I am the studio for all intents and purposes. So I can go, this is how, hey, Bruce, what do you think of this? I think we should make it. Yeah, I think we should. So I think you'll like it. I think Black Christmas fans will definitely appreciate what we're doing. At least they should. If you're looking for It's Me, Billy to be Friday the 13th, you're going to be really disappointed because it's not blood, guts, and gore all around. It's not like that. Yes, people die. It's a horror movie, for God's sakes. But it's a sequel to the original Black Christmas, and we can play in that world. And that's what I wanted to do. And that's what we did. So,
Looking forward to your sequel to It's Me, Billy, and it's going to be It's Me, Billy, ... Hello, Michael.
No, the sequel to It's Me, Billy will be Billy, It's Me. Is what. So we have It's Me, Billy, and then we have
Dave's
Billy,
going to do a
It's Me.
crossover with Halloween and Black Christmas movies.
That's right. That's Michael Myers,
exactly.
saying that.
So
Billy,
the
it's
iconic
me.
scene with Michael picking up the phone, Dave's going to recreate it, and Billy's going to be on the other end.
It's me.
Michael just tilting his head like, what?
It's true. It's true. Oh, it's true. But I'll be talking about It's Me, Billy tomorrow, probably on McRae Live. I'm trying to look at some things to talk about, and there's some stuff, but I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, no, it's been great. Like the feedback's been great. I'm so happy that people are enjoying what they see. They like what they see, and the feedback has all been, the same. In the sense, this looks great. Oh my God, this looks really cool, and I love that. I love that people are seeing the hard work we've put in. We said we're going to do this and we're going to deliver. We're not going to let you guys down. Whether you like the movie or not, who knows? But we're going to deliver in terms of what we set out to do. And so far, so good. So again, everybody out there who has watched the trailer and given their feedback, and we really appreciate it very, very much. I know I've talked to the actresses, and they are beyond excited. I shared the Bloody Disgusting article today with Victoria, and she was thrilled. So
that's your lead, right?
Yes, Victoria Miro. Yeah. Let me see here. Nick, $5 super chat says, Tony, on my radio station's quiz. Tony, today on my radio station's quiz, the question was, what iconic karate movie featured the character Daniel? They responded back, The Godfather. Oh my God. Somebody called in and responded with The Godfather? That's brutal.
That is brutal.
What iconic karate movie had a character named Daniel and somebody said The Godfather? Nick, that's just
bad.
That's bad.
It's just bad.
That's bad.
Frank Riker sending a $10 super chat. DT, I was trading.
What did Frank say?
I can't even finish it. You got to read it.
Frank's going to be on the show here soon.
I'm not going to make it through that show.
It's fucking great. I know. Where is it, Frank? Where are you?
Trading dick pics with Blum.
Where is this? I don't see it.
You don't see the super chat?
It's a super chat from Frank?
Yeah.
Where is it? Why am I not seeing it? Hang on a sec here. Maybe it's over here. 1 second.
I was trading dick pics.
Oh,
with
yeah,
Blum.
I got it.
Okay,
I got it. Dave and Tony, I was trading dick pics with Blum, and he told me how end ends. So Michael falls into a trap where Lori shoots him off Earth with a rocket to the International Space Station. Welcome to Michael in space.
Jason X.
Now, I think we should get back to these dick pics, Frank.
Yeah, so Frank, you and Blum.
Yeah, we're not going to make it. I don't think we're going to make it through that show. That's going to be a
No,
fucking
we're not going
funny
to make
show.
it through that show.
That's going to be a fucking funny show. Jeff Harris sends in a $4.99 super chat, says, which Nicholson movie do you like more, Cuckoo's Nest or Chinatown? Ooh, when I'm old, I want to be like Jack.
I like Cuckoo's Nest.
It's been a while since it's been a microsecond since I've seen Chinatown. So I'm leaning towards Cuckoo's Nest just because I have more memories of it in my head. I got to go back and watch Chinatown. It's been a while. But that's a great movie. That inspired the visual aesthetic of that movie inspired Halloween.
True story.
Yeah,
that is true. But yeah, Cuckoo's Nest is just it's such a great film.
Cuckoo's Nest is fantastic. Okay, so what are we at here? Now let's we'll take it to 9:30. 5 more minutes.
Sounds good.
5 more minutes to 9:30. Yeah. Oliver Mercer says it was epic, and I shared it everywhere. The dick pics? What are we talking about? Oh no, I think he means it's me, Billy. I think I'm like, well, I hope you didn't share that everywhere, Oliver. Right. Well, thank you, Oliver. Really appreciate you doing that, man. Yeah. Share. I mean, anybody. I mean, I'm not as familiar with a lot of the Facebook. I mean, I know about Killer Flicks. I'm a member there. I've been there for a while, so I know.
What is that?
It's
I've never even heard of it till just now.
It's a Facebook page with close to 10,000 followers. That's run by Lee from Drum Dums. So I've been on there for a couple of years, and so I always remember to post stuff about It's Me, Billy on there. But outside of that, I don't know a lot of the groups or what pages or whatever. So if you're a part of pages that have significant followers who might be interested in that trailer, who don't know anything about it, share, my man. Share. The more people that can see this trailer, the better. But we've done very well. All things considered, again, it's an IP that's not gonna, this isn't Friday the 13th. So, one of the reasons why Vince's Never Hike on the Snow and Never do so well is because people are obsessed with Friday the 13th. And when Vince can deliver...
That's because the studios are being assholes, because they're not giving us anything, so this is all we got. It's
true. And when Vince delivers cinematic quality, with Friday the 13th, it's a foregone... it is what it is. We're delivering cinematic quality for It's Me, Billy, but it's Black Christmas. It's a cult film. Friday the 13th isn't cult. So it's a movie that, not a lot of people really still to this day haven't even seen, especially American audiences. So anything you can do to help, is greatly appreciated. We want people to see, and because it's a fan film, there is that connotation to it. People are going to go, oh, it's a fan film. Because I've seen some of the comments from people that are like, wow, especially since the Bloody Disgusting article dropped today, there were some people that had messaged me that said, when I saw a fan film, I was like, but then I watched it, I'm like, oh, wow, this doesn't look like a fan film. So there's always that hurdle we have to get over, is that stereotype of
prejudgment.
Right. It's a fan film. It's going to suck. It's going to look like it was shot on a fucking, your phone with bad lighting, and, it's a bunch of kids in their backyard after school. That's what, there's still that
we did that
mental
back in the
block.
day.
No, we did. Well, we absolutely did. 100%. But fan film, although there are stellar cinematic fan films out there, it's still, there's too many. It's still saturated with backyard, friends after school kind of stuff. And there's nothing wrong with that. But in terms of production value, that is still the vast majority of them. So there's still, it makes sense of why when people hear the word fan film, they automatically deviate in their mind to quality like that. It's one of the reasons why I contemplated about advertising It's Me, Billy as a tribute film rather than a fan film. Maybe sort of psychologically changing
it's borderline a direct sequel to the original, so I wouldn't call it a tribute film. I would call this a motherfucking direct sequel to the original. So.
Well, it is. No, it is. Well, it is 100%. It's like I've said many times, it's fan film in genre only because we don't own the IP. But if we had written a script called, spiders in March.
This is canon for me, man.
We would have done it. I mean, it doesn't matter. Like it's a fan film, but there's nothing we would have done differently if it wasn't a fan film. We would have hired the same people, gone through the same process. So it's a real movie. But it's a fan film in terms of genre because
I mean, it's not a fake movie.
It's a fake movie.
I can't do it.
It's a fake movie. I watch it's fake. It's fake. Did you miss me?
Fake.
You missed me.
You missed me.
It's fake. It's me, Billy. Billions of Billy.
Billions of Billy.
But but when I say tribute, I mean that we are paying homage. We are,
Yep.
That's what I mean, right? So there's still that thing. There's still that psychological mental block we have to get over with the general kind of more broader space out there. Cause I remember reading on the teaser trailer that we dropped on Christmas Eve, Bloody Disgusting wrote an article for that, and shout out to them. They've been fantastic at covering this, which is great. And I haven't asked them to do it, by the way. They just do it because I guess it's getting the traction good enough for them to want to cover it. So that's really nice. So shout out to them for doing that. And, but I remember when they covered the teaser we dropped at Christmas, I was reading through some of the comments. I don't know if it was on their Facebook page or their Twitter page. And one of the comments was, and I totally get it, 100%, was, "You lost me at fan film." That's what they said. "You lost me at fan film. No thanks." And then somebody else commented back and said, no, dude, you've got to watch this teaser. It doesn't look anything like a fan film. And there was this, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. Cause I don't want to say that. I'm the director. I don't want to say that. So I can't remember if they, no, I don't know if they did or not. Actually, I don't know if they ever did. Cause I went back like a day later to see if there was a comment back to that guy, and there never was. So maybe that guy that was like, "Oh, you lost me at fan film," never watched the teaser. But that's the example of, I get it. Like, I totally get it. You hear fan film. It's like hearing fan film is like getting to the point where it's like hearing found footage. Like, seriously, it's like, oh God, found footage, fan film, and so there's hurdles, there's mental blocks to get over in that regard. But as long as people like myself and Bruce and guys like Vince and Womp Stomp and Cecil and, as long as, and others out there too, by the way, who are continuing to make high quality movies. And again, like I said, I understand that you have to have, the connections and the resources to be able to do that. But as long as, hopefully we'll be able to change the game and change the mold that fan films can be more than, backyard after school on your phone. But it's a hurdle. But yeah, the response has been great, and we're very proud of
should be
of it so far.
Own that shit.
Christopher Ragirio, am I saying that right? Says Dave plays Billy. Well, I play the voice of Billy, but I wasn't in that rocking chair. That wasn't me in that rocking chair. That was a very awesome actor who will be revealed eventually, because we'd like to, but we've been keeping him secret at the moment, obviously, because we want to keep the enigma of Billy alive. But anyway, I know I went over 5 minutes. My apologies. More super chats.
We can keep going. We got super chats.
Frank Riker sent in a super chat. Dave, cannot wait for your sequel. Come on, Billy, get a cell phone. Yes, exactly. Well, that's actually part 7. That's part 7, Frank. That's part 7. Movie Chat and More sends in £5. It's £5. Hi, Dave. Better sequel, Friday 2, Freddy 2, or Halloween 4? Ooh, I'm going to say, ooh, that's good. I would... Okay, well, this is how I'm going to define it, right? Because I always like to have, what is the measuring stick, right? What am I measuring it against, right? For me, I think I'm going to say Elm Street 2. And the reason why I say that is not because it is a better movie in terms of story or in terms of continuity, because it's not. It's like completely off the mark in terms of continuity, right? But I love how scary Freddy is. And he's arguably scarier in the sequel than he is in the first movie. And I love the way he looks and the makeup, and he's intense, man. I love that. So I think if I had a choice, that would be my measuring stick. that I just love watching the performance of Freddy in that movie over watching George P. Wilbur or Steve Dash. But that's not a knock on them. We're just talking about either or, we're talking about the measuring stick. What am I measuring this against, right? Because there's different ways you can measure what you enjoy, So I think that's probably what I would say. What about you, Tony?
Halloween 4.
Halloween 4. Halloween 4. Halloween 4.
No, probably Friday. No, Halloween 4.
Ginny?
No,
Ginny?
Ask me tomorrow, because it'll probably be Friday
Ooh,
too.
Danielle and Ginny!
No, it'd be more Rachel and Jenny.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Well, okay, that's true.
I
Fair
can't
enough.
look at Harris.
No.
I
know. Not in that
She's a
movie.
kid.
Well, no. That's true.
That's
That's true.
weird.
That's true. 30 years ago, you did, of course.
30 years I could. Absolutely.
Yes,
Because
that's
I
right.
was the same age as her back then. But yeah, I don't know. Friday the 13th Part 2 is like my third favorite horror film of all time after Halloween and The Exorcist.
I got you.
But Halloween 4 is my favorite Halloween sequel.
It is.
Friday. I'll just say Friday 2.
Okay, Friday 2. Fast Forwards 289 sends in a $4.99 super chat. Thank you, buddy. Says, what's up, D&T? Have y'all ever seen the Christine music video by John Carpenter? The behind the scenes part was pretty cool how they made it. I think I have. I believe I have. I don't remember it, but there's a feeling in me that if I was to watch it, I'd be like, oh, yeah, I've seen this. Do you know what I mean? It's that kind of thing. I don't know. Tony, have you seen the music video for John Carpenter's Christine?
No.
All right, here you go.
Haven't.
He has not seen it.
I have not seen it.
Frank Riker sends in a $5 super chat, says, for the sexy landline dialing motherfuckers in the chat. I love it. Frank, you are amazing. All right, folks, listen, we got to get out of here. That is going to do it for us here on episode 100 and, is it 5? I think it's 5. 105 of Two Dudes and Some Bullshit. Thanks to our great moderators, of course, Frank Riker, Tabitha Shore, Darren Sands, and Chris Baber. You guys are amazing. Tony and I should be back next Monday night. I don't think
we're going to watch
happening.
my girl, Amy Steele.
That's right. No, not Friday 2. I know you guys are thinking that. Not Friday 2. We'll keep it a little secret, although if you pay attention to the calendar, you'll probably know what it is. But we'll announce it. Tony, any last things you want to say before we skedaddle?
No, good show. I'm glad you guys, those who, the faithful that tuned into us watching 1962 Godzilla versus Kong, and hope you guys enjoy the new one that comes out on Wednesday. I think you guys will. I know I did, and I can't wait to watch it.
That's
again.
right. Yeah, Tony and I were fortunate enough to see it early. Well, I'm seeing it. I got the email from Warner Brothers today, so I'm seeing it
already
tomorrow.
over the weekend. So, yeah,
I'm excited.
It's good. It's. I think it's like I told Dave. Everybody should be happy. You know what I mean? Like,
okay.
It's
all right.
Everybody should walk
No
away from this
spoilers!
going, you know what? No spoilers. All I'm saying is that everybody should walk away from it going.
All right. I'm going to hold you to it. All right, folks, take care. I'll be back tomorrow, 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Take care in the meantime and in between time. Cheers.